And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, we have Secret Service agents fighting, or at least one ridiculous, crazy Secret Service agent fighting, acting the fool. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Kristi Noem. Some say that she is a dog deleter, a psychopath. We'll talk about that controversy a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Baltimore, we have a teacher staging yet another hate hoax, this time using artificial intelligence. What's really going on? Baltimore, talk to me. Like, what is happening? AI, really? Is that what we're going to do in 2024? We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we have Harvey Weinstein and one of his cases being thrown out by the New York Court of Appeals. Now, he could be retried for the same case, and he's still going to be in the penitentiary making big rocks to little rocks because of another conviction in California. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the congressman has no clothes. Adam Schiff was forced to go to a dinner and give a speech with the Zelensky style get up because his suit got stolen. We'll talk about all that a little bit more a little bit later on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And shout out to you guys again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. We got a lot to cover. We got quite a few videos I've not shown you guys, a lot of things that are really interesting, some controversial issues. The whole Kristi Noem thing, people are really upset about that. They're mad. Oh, they triggered about that one. But we're going to get to it. I understand why people are upset. I'm not trying to mock anybody, but we're going to talk about everything and a lot more that I've not discussed thus far on this week's videos. But first, y'all know how I do. First of all, shout out to you guys. Thank you for watching the videos, and thank you for watching the videos with the ads in them. I really appreciate that. That's something that we got to do because YouTube wants to be kind of weird with what they do with the videos. So I really appreciate y'all. Also, you guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Could not do the show without you. Shout out to my regular stream sponsors. Where I'm going to say, patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will be in the description. Also, just type in patriotpost.us in your browser and tell them that ABL sent you. Also, ablmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website. ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. Also, go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. And for each video that I produce, I write an article. And in each article, there will be a summary. There will be links from the left, from the right, from the Democrats, conservatives, from the national, international, local, whatever you want. I got it as a source. Full videos, whatever I can post that's legal will be on the website, anthonyblogan.com. Again, that's ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the contact page, anthonyblogan.com/contact. You can find my email address, my snail mail address, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X. All that's right there on the contact page, anthonyblogan.com/contact. And as I always say in every video, please don't get scammed. It's 2024. Nobody has time for that. No one wants to lose all their hard-earned money. We don't have the capacity to do that under the Biden administration, where inflation is high, the economy is bad, but then when they gaslight you and tell you that everything's all right, that the inflation is going down. If the inflation is going down, I can't tell, okay? I cannot tell. Inflation is still sky high, and it's a mess out here in these streets. So please don't get scammed by imposters who say that they are me on my YouTube page or anywhere else. And here's an example. Whenever I post a video and you may comment on my video, someone may reply to your comment that has my name or my face or something that looks like it. And they say, hey, my friend, contact this number here and you can get some money. A 15-digit phone number. That's not me, okay? I don't have a 48-digit WhatsApp number. I'm not going to contact you talking about Bitcoin, Forex, get rich quick. I'm not going to do it, okay? It's not me. If I ever propose some kind of sponsorship or some kind of deal, you'll see my face, you'll hear my voice. It's not going to sound like this on their phone. It's yours. Don't do it. It's not going to be me. So please don't. It's not going to be some kind of Eastern European accent, sounding like Vlade Divac or something. Okay, if he dies, he dies. I'm not going to sound like that. I'm not going to sound like I'm in Nigeria hanging out with 45 other bald head dudes in a one-room shack. I'm not going to sound like that. So please don't get scammed. Nobody has time for that. If you're ever wondering if you are conversing with me on the internet or not, just go to my contact page and cross-reference. All right. My email is very simple, contact@anthonyblogan.com. If the email says I'm a Nigerian scammer and I'll rob you for your green card at hotmail.com, that's not me. If the email says I live in Lithuania and I weigh 300 million pounds and I'm covered in warts from head to toe at outlook.com, that's not me. So don't get scammed. And I'm going to say that continuously because I still get emails every now and again from some of you guys talk about, hey, ABL, I thought it was you, man, but I got scammed. Well, look, I'm telling you right now that it's not me. You can see me right now talking at you live. This is not AI. This is the real ABL. This is not AI at all. One thing about me, they're going to have a hard time getting my speech pattern. Like, you're going to be able to tell that it's not me all the way. If they can get my speech pattern and my mannerisms and everything, when you're talking about video and audio with AI, I will be impressed. I will be impressed. And as a matter of fact, can we start there? Can we please start there? I kind of want to get into that because that was really crazy. The whole Baltimore AI kerfuffle, I got to show that. Oh, my goodness. Now, remember, what was this? Baltimore school, racist. Yeah. Comments, racist comments. So what happened earlier this year, what was this? This was in January. So at the beginning of the year, there was some audio floating around the interwebs. Somebody said this is AIBL. This is not AIBL, it's ABL, exactly. But earlier this year, back in January, there was some audio floating around the internets, and it was purported to be a principal from Pikeville in Baltimore, Maryland. But it was not him. Now, this audio sounds pretty convincing. The person who actually recorded this was Dejan Darian. And can I get, I'm going to show you guys, a quick comparison right quick behind who the audio was and who it was supposed to be. All right. Hold on. Before we get to my man, before we get to the authority, let's show you the comparison. So on the left, you have Dejan. That's his name, Dejan Darian. On the right, you have Eric Eiswert. Eric Eiswert is a principal at Pikeville High School. Dejan was the athletic director. The PE teacher, I suppose. Now, here's the story about why the AI was put out allegedly by Darian. Remember, they did an investigation. He already got arrested. I'm getting ahead of myself. The reason why Dejan allegedly framed Eric in the AI audio is because there was an investigation into Dejan for embezzling money. You see, his roommate, I guess, was an employee of the school as well. And somehow, some way, Dejan was able to funnel money to the roommate that was inappropriate. Kind of like what's going on with Fonnie Willis. A similar situation, because we know Fonnie Willis, then gave her boy toy how much money? $700,000 thereabout, at least 650,000 US dollars in 2 years before the trial into Trump and others has even started. 650,000. And the next highest person got paid $90,000. So the next highest person didn't even crack six figures, but her boyfriend allegedly got almost 700,000 US American cold hard cash dollars. Dejan did a very similar thing with his roommate, his male roommate, quote unquote. Hey, listen, I'm no mathematician, but I know what 2 + 2 is. Okay. You got these two big grown men. Okay. Football play. Oh, what? I'm not trying to expose anybody. I'm just saying I see a connection. But anyway, the investigation was because the money, it seemed funny. Like, what's going on there? It looks like you're stealing. So in retaliation, Mr. Dejan put out the false audio about the principal to make him appear to be racist, all this, that, and the third. Now, let's get to the actual audio here so you can see what Mr. Dejan was trying to put out there.
Only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these dumbasses here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side.
So, again, that, what you just heard, and shout out to my left ear. My left ear really enjoyed that audio, by the way. What you just heard was Dejan Darian speaking and then putting a filter on top using AI to make it sound like Eric Icework, the principal. So when the audio came out, immediately the principal was like, that's AI, that's not me. But he still had to leave the high school. He wasn't fired, but he left the high school for a while because of all the media attention. The school got death threats. It was a whole big crazy mess. People in the community thought that it was him, so it kind of stained him. It's like being accused of assaulting a young lady when you didn't do it, but the accusation is still there. Now, when I heard that audio and then I'm hearing the new information, what this sounds like to me is that was always on Mr. Dejan Darian's heart. He just wanted to speak as someone else to get his own thought process out. Because we all know about Baltimore and their famous problems with literacy rates. These kids can't add, they can't read, they can't do anything. I've been covering this story for a long time. Remember, I covered this story. You guys may not have seen it, but I covered the story back some years ago about the young man from Augusta Phil Savage, I believe. I think it might have been Augusta Phil Savage. This young man had a GPA below zero. Well, was it below zero? It was 0 point something. And his GPA ranked him 60 out of 120 in the class. A zero GPA ranks you 60 out of 120. I think it was 0.6, something like that. Y'all remember. Some of you guys remember that. Now, the mother was like, oh, I didn't know my baby. He didn't do nothing. I didn't know he was failing. It's like, ma'am, your son is like 18 years old already. Okay, what are we talking about? How do you not know that your kid is failing everything? I'm talking about it was so bad that he was failing basic art class. How do you fail art? All you're doing is drawing, making ceramics. You're in there pretty much just playing with art supplies. How are you going to fail that? That's like failing PE. And of course, the only class he did okay in was PE because you could play basketball. We can do that all day, which is why when I was on Destiny Stream a while ago, many years ago, he's talking about, oh, well, these black kids are getting better. They need to have more basketball. I was like, basketball? That's all we do. What we need more basketball for? That's like saying to a crackhead, hey, you know what? If you just smoke some more crack, you'll quit. It's like, You know what? I never thought about doing that. I never thought that a crackhead could just smoke crack and then they could solve the problems that way. How about let's just, the problem is we spend too much time doing things that don't matter. They went to the boys' room, the 0 point something GPA student. They went to the boys' room. Yes, a GPA less than 1, Luke. Yes. I'm not making this up. I'll pull it up in a minute for you guys. But listen, they went to the boys' room, or man, I think he was 18. They went to his room. You got PlayStation. He was in there chilling on his phone, playing NBA 2K, all of that, but can't read at all. And the mom was like, oh, I didn't know anything. I was like, huh? Basically, he wasn't even going to school. He wasn't even going to school. Okay. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to pull that up. I got to pull that up because that one was crazy. This was from many years ago, but I always think about it. I often think about this particular situation. Baltimore specifically has a problem, and people say, oh, it's a money issue. Money has something to do with it. Oh, his GPA, get ready for it. You remember this, dude, Raw. You remember that. Shout out to you. The GPA was 0.13. I am not making this up. I am not making this up. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the actual thing here. Y'all give me a second. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And the thing about it is people want to say, oh, it's because it's a black school. That's why they can't read, which is bogus, man. I'm from Virginia. I went to 100% black schools, lived in 100% black areas, and it was not cool to not know how to read. It was not cool to not know how to read. No, we could read. You know, I got one of my best friends growing up, you know, went to jail for a long time, went to the penitentiary for many, many years, but was very literate, was actually a better writer than I am. And I was always getting straight A's in my English classes. That was the easy thing. The math was hard for me, but the English, knowing how to read, that's simple. That's so simple. He was 62 out of 120 with a 0.13 GPA. Hold on. Let me pull it. Y'all give me a minute. Yeah, this was wild. This was totally wild. And let's go ahead and throw it on the screen right fast. And we'll keep on rocking and rolling with some more videos.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary Bubala.
And I'm Kai Jackson. Tonight, we're learning the issues at Augusta Fells go far beyond just one student.
As Chris Papst explains in tonight's Project Baltimore report, the school has a history of drastically underperforming.
It's hard to believe that a student with a 0.13 GPA who missed hundreds of days in high school could be ranked near the top half of his class. That is, until you take a closer look at where he goes to school. Tiffany France needs help.
Now, what does that do to his confidence? And as he grows, you know, the years to come, like, what is his dreams? He don't know what to do. He probably feel like a complete failure.
She just learned.
And look, you see him in the room playing the video game. I know that stance right there. That's, you know, we got the PlayStation, we got headphones, we got Jordans. No sheets on the bed though. Okay, priorities. You can't read, you can't add, you got no sheets on the bed, but you got the PlayStation and you got Jordans on your feet. I didn't even know, listen to me now. I was always good in school. I can get straight A's with no problem. I didn't even know what Jordans were until I got to be like 14. I didn't even know what that was. Like, what's that? I had no idea. It was the more spoiled kids that came from these households that had that, or kids that parents didn't really care about their education, focused more on trying to make them be fashionable for school and things of this nature. I came from actual hood schools, like real hood schools where nobody had any money. This was not really a thing, but I digress. I'm getting triggered.
Her son, who she thought was a senior at Augusta Fells Savage Institute of Visual Arts in West Baltimore, has been moved back to 9th grade.
I don't know what to do with him. I refuse to let him be a statistic and really just be nothing. That's not going to happen on my watch. It's not going to happen.
According to her son,
it's already happened. He's 18, basically. Like he's already an adult. It's already too late. Listen, they say if you can't read on grade level by the 3rd grade, you're pretty much toast.
Transcripts. In 4 years, he's earned 2.5 credits, passing just 3 classes. He was late or absent to school 359 days. France says she didn't know any of this until February because prior to then, the school never told her, and her son was being promoted through the grades, even though he failed most every class.
How are you absent for 359 days? When I was in school, if you missed 10 days, then you got expelled. 10 days, you were done. That was it. Unless you had some kind of doctor's note, like unless you were in a hospital, unless you got shot or you had some kind of cancer or something like that, 10 days in a semester, you're toast. 350, you're not going to school at that point.
How do you come years later and say, this is what's happening and this is what we have to do for him? He have to start all over because we messed up. So he got to start all over. That's what this is. We messed up, so he got to start over.
Project Baltimore pulled the data for Augusta Fells. We found many students are struggling. The school's attendance rate is 27 points below the district average. Of the 434 students enrolled in 2019, 2 tested proficient in math and English. 2. Yet 48%, nearly half the students, managed to graduate in 4 years. All of this in a school that gets nearly $5.5 million a year from taxpayers.
This is a tragedy for...
Let's go back. 5.3 million a year from taxpayers. And let's keep it in context. There's only 120 students in his graduating class. 120. But they get 5.3 million a year. This is not a gigantic school. So where's the money going? See, the problem, I'll move on, but the problem is this. People think that money will solve it. Money will do nothing. If the parents don't care, which this mom does not care, obviously, if the kids don't care, which he doesn't care, and like a lot of times the teachers, you got to have all the pieces work together. The first thing is the parents and the kids. If that's not there, then sending them to a so-called good school is not going to help. If the parents don't care and the kids don't care, it's not going to, they're not going to succeed. It's just that simple. So when you have a whole environment full of kids that come from these kind of households, there's not much you can really do. There's not much that can really be done. And then there's no accountability. You're basically not going to school. There's no truancy. When I was a kid, you worried about truancy. If we skipped class and went to the mall, like we didn't do that because we were worried that somebody would see us, one of our parents would catch us, or it'd be truancy. I was very, very much attending school. I did not miss class. If I missed a bus, I was like freaking out. I missed a bus one time and caught the city bus to go to school. It was that serious. Okay, I missed a bus and I knew I'm like 16 at the time, so I'm old at this point. So I missed the bus and then I caught on to the city bus. I walked down the way, got on the city bus, got off at my stop, and then walked to school from there. I was late, but I still got there. Yeah, I would have walked to school if it was close enough, but it was a little bit too far and it was over the interstate, so I couldn't really do it. But yeah, shout out to, and this video that you just saw was in 2019. Okay, that was 2019. But yeah, that whole thing was really, really crazy. And let's keep on rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That helped me out tremendously. But I wanted to touch on that because I think that the AI hoaxer may have been inspired to say what he said because of the failure that he sees at Baltimore public schools every single day. Every day. That's what he probably sees. All right. DCF Press said, discipline, time to bring the switch. Grandma, time to spank. I remember those days. Your grandma get the switch from the bush. Sure did. And matter of fact, it wasn't she wouldn't get it. She make you get it. That was part of the punishment right there. Go get a switch. And if you get a small one, you're going to get beat more. I remember those days. I didn't really get beatings like that. I was just more or less kind of threatened if I just got a little bit too far beyond my boundaries. I was a good kid, you know. I got the occasional whipping, but I wasn't beat as a kid. So shout out to my parents and grandparents and everybody else for just being diplomatic with me, 100%. let's keep on going here. Now, speaking about people leaving school, graduating, I wonder what the 2024 FBI graduating class is doing. What do you think they're doing right now? Are they on desk duty? Are they somewhere getting some high specialized training in the field? Or are they doing undercover work? Something like this. Now, here we have the Patriot Front, aka the Fed Front, marching in my birthplace, Charleston, West Virginia. And look, I'm gonna jump out the window and say this. I'm gonna turn the sound down here. Matter of fact, let's turn the sound on so you can hear what they're saying. But before I play it, I'm gonna jump out the window and say this. These are not guys from West Virginia, first of all, because if they're from West Virginia, I would know. I would know all their names too. If they were from West Virginia, I would know, and I would know their names. That's number one. But number two, these guys are feds. If not all of them, most of them. Just like the whole Gretchen Whitmer kerfuffle. Remember that? When they said there was this white supremacist group trying to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Turns out that 98% of the people involved with that were either straight up federal agents or FBI informants. It might have been 2 out of 40 guys that were actual legitimate normies caught up in the whole situation. There were so many feds in the case fell apart because it was like, come on, this is a Fed operation. Same thing with these guys. If you're openly a white supremacist in 2024, the feds know all about you. That's point blank period, but I digress. So yeah, that kind of thing does not go on in West Virginia. I've never in my life heard about nothing like that. And somebody said you cannot know everybody in West Virginia. I don't know everybody, but I know a lot of people and they know people. So you got degrees of separation. It's a small place. Look, Charleston only has 45,000 people. We ain't talking about a small, we talking about Chicago. We talking about a very small place. It's that big. So if you know anybody in Charleston, it's only a degree of separation. Okay, I got a lot of family out there still, friends, like it ain't that big. I promise it's not. And then with me being who I am and people know where I'm from, I get all kind of tips. I know a lot of things about a lot of people that you'd be surprised that I know, but I don't say anything unless I need to. Okay, I know a lot of stuff. In West Virginia, yeah, I would know. I would know their names. These guys are not from West Virginia at all, point blank. Randy Moss, I've not met Randy Moss, but my family members, they know Randy. I met Randy Moss's mom and his sister because they went to my cousin's church. This is what I'm talking about. It's a small place, so you're going to know people. The church where I was baptized at when I was 12 years old, that's where Randy's mom went. I remember back when he played for the Vikings, she had a big purple Escalade outside the church. Now, this is in Rand, so imagine this little small country town, no stoplights, no nothing. It's just small town, 1,000 people. In the gigantic purple Escalade outside of a church that's basically a double wide trailer. Okay, it was wild. So yeah, shout out to my cousin out there, and shout out to Randy, shout out to his mom, shout out to his sister. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. So yeah, shout out to Randy Moss and Jason Williams, who they tried to like ignore. Jason Williams, white chocolate, what they call him. He's from right there. He's from, I think, DuPont City or Bell, which is right next to us, right in the same place. Same thing, Jerry West from Shillian, which is right down the street. You got, basically, you're along the river, the Canal River. You got Montgomery, Rand, Bell, Malden. That's all the same place. So you got Jerry West, the NBA logo. You got Randy Moss, his brother, also played in the NFL for a brief period of time. Eric. Bobby Howard, you got a lot of guys from that particular part of the country that, went pro. Yep, I did go to school with Jay Farrow from SNL, and he would do the impersonation of Mr. Fry. That was my principal back at Indian River in Chesapeake. So shout out to Jay Farrow. Yep, small world. Let's keep on watching this here. Oh, and I'm gonna play something for you guys right quick. And please, 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 if you have sensitive ears or you got youngins, cover the ears because you're going to hear F-bomb right quick. So fair warning. But this guy has gone viral for his thoughts about your guy, Joe Biden. Check it out. Hold on 1 second here. And here we go.
You like seeing so many Republicans in Manhattan, so many Trump supporters in Manhattan. Does that surprise you?
No, not at all. It's turning now. Trump's turn again.
What's your message to Joe Biden?
Fuck you.
What's it like seeing so many Republicans in Manhattan, so many Trump supporters in Manhattan? Does that surprise you?
No, not at all. It's turning now. Trump's turn again.
What's your message to Joe Biden?
Fuck you.
Well, that's pretty much, the long and short. A lot of us feel that same way. Again, sorry to the sensitive ears, but I had to let you hear that one because that kind of went viral. And a lot of you guys may agree with my man right there. So shout out to Based Construction Worker. Shout out to the construction worker with no fear. All right. I know we got virgin ears and I apologize. But shout out to you guys for listening and watching. Yes, and back to the purple Escalade because Randy was on the Vikings. And, of course, their colors are purple and gold. So the purple was because of the Vikings. And that's why that became my team because when Randy got drafted to the Vikings, my whole family on both sides, it was like Randy might as well became the president. That's how big it was. I mean, it was crazy. My whole family, whatever we did, we were just stopped. My mom's side, my dad's side, everybody. People that had been left West Virginia were locked in. So when Randy became drafted in the NFL, it was crazy. You guys may have seen some of these NFL draft parties. If all of us were there at the NFL draft party, man, it would have been totally nuts. Now, shout out to you guys. We got some more street interviews from Shaney Rich. Shout out to him. And he's going to do kind of an experiment here. He's going to ask some questions to random people on the street. I think he's in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was in Atlanta recently asking about, what are your pronouns? Matter of fact, I'll show you guys that one that brought what are your pronouns? Hold on. I'm going to show the pronouns one first if I've not shown it. And then I'm going to show you the other one about are you liberal or conservative?
How do you feel about America?
Okay, give me a second here if I can find it. And in the meantime, y'all give the video a thumbs up.
How do you...
And let me see where we at. Trump or Biden. No, that ain't that one. Yeah, I'm gonna find that one right quick too. Because I gotta find that one. The pronouns one was amazing. Yes, Randy Moss was amazing. He was just, they call him the freak. He was a freak of nature. Super tall and just so tall and was fast and can just jump out the gym. He was an amazing basketball player too, by the way. Randy Moss. He was on the same high school basketball team with Jason Williams, who obviously became an NBA player. And watching them was like watching an NBA game. So imagine them in West Virginia at DuPont High School, or like, this is where my mom went to school, my cousins, my aunts, uncles, everybody went to that same school. Imagine going back there to watch a game and you have Randy Moss catching alley-oops from Jason Williams. It was a mess. It was crazy. A mess in a good way. But let me find this one, and then we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. So yeah. Yes, Tom Brady and Randy Moss together, that was one of the best combinations of a quarterback, wide receiver ever. If not for that crazy catch, man, they would have won it all. Because didn't they go undefeated until Super Bowl? If I'm not mistaken, like that season, aside from that last game, it was magical, literally magical. Those guys lit it up. Two of the best to ever do it at their position. I think Tom Brady was definitely, if Tom Brady's not the best quarterback of all time, he's right at the very top. There's not too many guys better than Tom Brady at the quarterback position. And Randy's one of the top wide receivers. If he ain't the best, he's right there at the top with the best. Okay, let me just play this one right quick, and then I'm going to find the other one. So this was an interesting social experiment about are you liberal or conservative?
Liberal or conservative?
Probably Trump, honestly.
Do you think that other people could guess that?
Well, not about me, honestly. I'd probably say they probably think I'm liberal because of, I'm a skin complexion and whatnot.
Do you think that this person is a liberal or a conservative?
Liberal.
You think he's a liberal?
By demographics of population inside the city of Atlanta.
What?
Now, watch this.
Are you a liberal or a conservative?
Probably a liberal.
Do you think other people could guess that?
No, not clear.
Do you think that this guy is a liberal or a conservative?
He looks like a liberal to me.
Why?
I don't know. He's a white guy, he's older. Just has that liberal vibe.
Liberal or conservative?
Funny. So yeah, my man here just assumed that this guy, I mean, of course, a lot of us, we're going to vote a certain way, but then people might assume that he's a conservative. But actually the guy was like, nah, he has the kind of liberal look. You could tell sometimes, I mean, he might kind of go out the way. Like if you were to see this guy right here, would you think liberal or conservative? I probably got to see him in this environment. First of all, you're in Atlanta and you're probably on the Beltline. That's one clue. But the second clue is how you're dressed and how you may kind of walk around, where you're going, what you're doing. That might give me more of a clue about your political affiliation than just your skin color at that point. So yeah, shout out to Shaney Rich out there in ATL. So do you guys think my man right here looks more liberal or conservative? What do y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments. Said definitely liberal. Said he's too skinny and nerdy looking to be a conservative. Player Tanetti says young black guy equals liberal, old white guy equals liberal. Sheepish looking, the stance, right? Yeah, that stance right there. Yeah, that might be a dead giveaway. That stance, that might be looking like Bill Gates right there. So that might be kind of that might be the giveaway right there. You're more, we're looking more at how you're operating, how you're moving. That'd be a bigger indicator of if you're conservative or liberal or what's going on. So yeah, shout out to you guys. If you like what you're hearing, I know the drill. Y'all give me the thumbs up. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. Here we go. This is what I wanted to show you guys. This was beyond hilarious. And again, shout out to Shaney Rich. He's in Atlanta in this one as well. And he's going to ask people what their pronouns are. All right, let's watch.
What are your pronouns?
Pronouns?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
What are my pronouns? All right, cut real quick.
I'm that man.
Risk taker.
Hustler.
Pizza?
Seafood.
Hamburgers, I guess.
So I'm not quite sure if they heard pronouns or proteins. I don't know what they really heard, but these responses I like. Okay. And my first man right here, what he said, this was the perfect one.
What are your pronouns?
Pronouns?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like, who asks somebody what their pronouns are? Why would that even be a question? What are your pronouns? What do you mean, what are my pronouns? Pronouns are not person specific. Are they? Not really. Okay, I'm a man, but that's not specific to me. There's a bunch of other men. Half of the world is men and half of the world is women. I'm not special. So why are you going to ask me what my pronouns are? You see, I'm a man, like it's not really an ambiguous thing. I mean, I'm not really sure how many 6'3", dark black beard women you see walking around. But then again, it is Atlanta, but that's a different story. And I digress. So yeah, shout out to Shaney Rich out there in ATL asking a few questions. Now, one thing I've seen on the internet a lot recently is people trying to move the age of adulthood a little bit up. They say, oh, your brain's not fully developed till you turn 25, which is a bunch of BS. Okay, like you're just walking around aimlessly through life until your 25th birthday, and then a light just turns on, and all of a sudden your brain is developed, and now you're an adult. So silly. You're an adult at age 18. You can go to the military, you can fight and die for this country, driving the car, working, do all of that. Let me tell you about me. Really, the age of you being an adult is 18. You're an adult. By the time I was really 15, 16, I was an adult, in my opinion. I had a car, I was working, I'm getting money, and I'm paying rent at a certain point. When I turned 18, I started paying rent at my house. Not that much, obviously, but I was paying some money. So really, I say when I was 16, I was living as an adult. My mom left the country for a month, and I was home alone the whole time at age 16. I didn't need anybody to supervise me. As I said, I was a good kid. I knew how to operate on my own. When I was like probably about 10 or 11, I was a latchkey kid, if you know what that means. Basically, I come home from school, ain't nobody home. I have a key. I let myself in. I'm doing my homework. And my mom had a second job at a certain point, so she would be gone for most of the day throughout the week. So what she would do is like meal prep, and I would have food in the refrigerator, like in a portion thing. So all I gotta do, microwave it, and I'm good. It was cooked food. It wasn't no, TV dinners. It'd be vegetables and the protein. It was good stuff. So I would do that. Like I wouldn't even really see her during the week sometimes for about 3 or 4 days. I might see her for a little bit at a certain point, like on the Tuesday. I might see her for a few minutes and she'd go back to work. And by the time she come back, I'm asleep. So when I'm like 11 or 12, I'm pretty much independent. By the time I got to be 16, I had a car, I'm driving, I'm working, I'm in the street. So to say that you're not an adult really until you turn 25 is ridiculous. My parents were married at age 18 and 21. So I don't understand. But the reason why I say that is because here's an example of somebody saying, hey, I'm an adult, when you have an adult trying to infantilize them. You're going to see what I'm talking about in a minute. Let's check it out. All right. And here we go. Right. And then somebody said it right there, but you could change your gender at 10. Make that make sense. Exactly. Crazy, right? All right. Now, the caption here says, Karen gets upset. My friend is wearing a miniskirt. So she aggressively grabs it, yanks it down and says, you're probably underage. You probably shouldn't be wearing that. Then causes a scene at a busy restaurant. That's the lady right there that pulled the skirt down. Now, I think if this lady was a tad bit younger, she might wear the exact same skirt. And she might just be a little bit, she might be on hater mode right now because she can't do the same thing she did when she was younger. But let's watch.
Why are you what the fuck is happening? I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch your ass cheeks hanging out again, I will call CPS.
Do it.
So I will.
Yeah, go for it right now.
She's over 18.
She is 19 years old.
Her butt cheeks.
You don't get to touch her.
You don't get to touch her. We're all sitting over there.
You don't get to touch her.
Then
You
you
can
come up and talk to her,
but you do not get to touch her.
Really?
We would love for you to call the police. Go ahead and call the police.
Why are you?
So they're saying, look, she's 19 years old. She's an adult. Okay, so that same energy should be kept when we're talking about anything else. I don't want to hear this whole brain development thing. You're an adult, and that's it. Okay, if you're not an adult at 18, then we can't, then the military should be off limits. You shouldn't be conscripted if that's going to be a thing. Selective service, all of that should be scrapped. Let's just wait until you be 25 to drive, to get married, to buy real estate, and really, here's something else. Why are we allowed at age 18 to take out these crazy loans for student loan debt? Okay, you're talking about some of these schools costing $80,000, $100,000 a year, and we can just take out a loan for that and put that on their back at age 18. Make that make sense. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, pure hater. Yeah, the hater rate right there was crazy. Hating on them girls because she cannot do what they can do. Now, speaking about a couple of Karens, we're going to show some here. We're going to show some male Karens and female Karens. All right. This is kayaking Karen. Check her out.
Nothing better to do to take the fun away from everyone. Oh, that's it. Oh, well.
I hope you got that.
I did. It's going straight on my Instagram.
Now, imagine trying to splash somebody with your kayak paddle and then your whole little kayak capsizes and you wind up upside down in the water. That's crazy. So yeah, the moral of the story, mind your business, don't try to splash people, and be a nice person, and maybe you won't wind up in the boat, in the water, capsizing your kayak. All right. Now, one thing I saw that really just brought a smile to my face was the situation with this guy at I think it's a campus somewhere in Georgia. One of these Palestine protesters. These guys are completely nuts. But this had to have been my favorite one. I'm going to show you some more in a minute, but this was my favorite. So this individual right here, and I'm not quite sure what the pronouns are. I don't know if this is a male or a female. It appears to be a male, but I don't know what they identify as, right? The person is being escorted out by a Georgia police officer. That might be GSP, if I'm not mistaken, state trooper, probably GSP. But anyway, this is a pleasant walk. There's no aggression. The cop just has one hand on his shoulder, on his arm, walking them out of the campus. But then watch this.
You're hurting me. Just don't lift me. You're hurting me. Ow! 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 Help! Help!
Now, at first, the person was just being walked normally, but then, you know, some of these people, they're like overgrown children. And then some of y'all are right about, you know, these 18-year-olds act crazy, they act like kids. Some people are 30 years old and still act like that, but they're still adults. No matter how many tantrums you throw like a toddler, you're still an adult, okay? We're not going to go through this whole trans ageism, talking about some, yeah, I'm 29, but I think that I'm 6 years old. We're not going to do that. But he was just being walked normally, and then the cop was like, okay, you want to act a fool, get on the ground? How about this? Let's watch it one more time. And the best part for me was when the Stanley Cup or whatever that was hit the ground and got kicked away by the cop. That was just a beautiful moment. So yeah, this is the way you go about it. Check it out.
You're hurting me.
Now, what was the point in doing all that? This is what toddlers do. They don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed, man. You know, throwing the whole fit. So I was like, okay, you want to do it like that? Now, come on, let's do this.
Just don't lift me. You're hurting me. Ow! Ow!
This right here, imagine you're a grown man getting carried like that. That's crazy. I mean, you got to be thinking in your mind, what did I do to get here? Why are my feet off the ground right now? What is going on? Why is this man carrying me like this? Okay, why is my whole front just open to the world? That's crazy.
Ow! Help!
And there go the Stanley Cup right there. I don't know if it's a Stanley Cup or a knockoff or something. That might be a cell phone or old school walkie-talkie pager. I don't know what that is. But that right there, that was the funniest moment of the whole situation.
You're hurting me.
So yeah, shout out to the Georgia State Patrol, I believe, for handling that situation perfectly. That was brilliant. Brilliant, I say. All right, Florida, Georgia, they don't really play around too much. Oh, I have an update. Remember the video I showed you last time? What was that, Wednesday? Of the guy in a Dollar General acting the fool? If you don't remember, I'll show you the first one. Now I have the other video, okay? Now, little recap. My man right here, Dollar General employee, he might be security or something like that. And some person that identifies as trans is just bothering them, acting the fool because his card declined, right? Big man started to film him. So we're going to see this video, then we're going to see Big Man's perspective and the guy who was harassing him. All right, you follow me? So let's watch this first, then the other one.
Oh, this is Quentin at the Dollar General in Pflugerville. What did you say, Quentin? You called me a she, her?
I don't know what.
And you said to get the fuck out because your system's...
I don't know what you said, man. Go on somewhere.
Oh, no, what'd you call me? Please, Quentin. Please feel free to tell me what you called me.
We can play this game all day.
Oh, what game? Where you're being transphobic and offensive because your system's not working, and I asked if we could use another register, and you said get the fuck out of here?
This fellow here is giving me a hard time here at Dollar General.
All right,
doesn't want to leave because their card is declined because
my card did not decline. It did not say insufficient funds. What did it say, ma'am? Did my card say insufficient funds, or did it say that your system's not working?
She don't want no parts of that because she knows this guy's getting on her nerves. And incoming F-bombs, please be aware. Cover the kids' ears.
No, I'm serious, because this isn't cool.
Is it okay if I check out?
Anyway, this is not, it did not say insufficient funds, sir. What did it fucking say? It said no checking account. What does that mean? It did not say insufficient funds. We're going back to your transphobia. What did you say to me, sir? You giving me a hard time here before at this place. What did you say to me? Keep filming, because it's going to be on here. You cussed at me. You said, fuck you. You're going to lose your job, sir. Have a good one.
All right, so that was that. Now we're going to see Bitman's perspective. Okay, we have that video. Now, RIP to the headphone users. Now, imagine you see this individual. You ready for the reveal of the person who was filming? You ready? Imagine you have this individual bothering you. You just at Dollar General, minding your business, working security, and this fellow, this chap, rolls up on you and is acting the fool. Now, I don't know what actor this person looks like. It's some kind of Danny DeVito. Who else? Like a Joe Pesci, maybe? Something. A great value Joe Pesci. If Goodfellas needed a stand-in back in 1990, he might be the guy they call. But let's watch.
Here is giving me a hard time here at Dollar General.
All right,
doesn't want to leave because their card is declined because
my
of
card did not
funds.
it did not say insufficient funds. What did it say, ma'am? Did my card say insufficient funds, or did it say that your system's not working? No, I'm serious.
Michael J. Fox, thank you. Michael J. Fox. If you don't get Teen Wolf out of here, anyway.
Because this isn't cool.
Is it okay if I check out?
Anyway, this is not, it did not say insufficient funds, sir. What did it fucking say? It said no checking account. What does that mean? It did not say insufficient funds. We're going back to your transphobia. What did you say to me, sir? You giving me a hard time here before at this place. What did you say to me? Keep filming, because it's going to be on here. You cussed at me. You said, fuck you. You're going to lose your job, sir. Have a good one.
So yeah, that was, now imagine you're the security guard and you see that particular individual. So was that a woman? Okay. So I'll be getting confused because normally you have men that pretend to be women, but that was a woman pretending to be a man. Okay. So that kind of makes sense. Somebody said Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. I think that might be a woman. And a broke woman. It's okay. It's fine. You know, not everybody has money. We're going through a lot. Don't try to make it be some kind of controversy because you want to identify something else. Okay. Yeah, tiny person. Yeah, you know, fun size. Just like I would say before, when I met that trans person when I was at Jubilee in LA some years ago, the person, people, when you see the person at Jubilee, had the beard and the dude clothes on. So people thought that it was a man, but I'm seeing the person in person. You're a whole 5'2", 115-pound woman. You're fun size. Okay, you're a fun size. You don't have any kind of masculine characteristics at all. All right, Eddie Vedder. Yep, that's right. Vlad is Dragon, 100%. You guys naming all the the people. Yeah, but I definitely see Teen Wolf throwing a little zipper jacket and a little bit of some werewolf fur, and you could be a stand-in in that movie as well. But anyway, that was a quick update on that one. Now we have another Transformer that may have a different opinion. Okay, so here we have Peter Griffin cosplaying as Meg, giving us some real information. Check it out.
Donald Trump is about to win 50 states in this election. Biden, with the single signing of a pen today, did something that not even January 6th could do. He created an environment where the next logical step for Americans is to vote for Donald Trump. Now, I had not planned on voting at all in this election, and that's still probably what's going to happen, as I don't want Trump to be president, and I don't want Joe Biden to be president. Those are the only options. It's been clear to me ever since he took office that Joe Biden never actually wanted to be president, and he wants to be president even less now. He only ran for president the first time because the Democrats told him to, and you never primary a president. I will not enjoy 4 years of a Donald Trump presidency, but I do feel like my life was actually better from 2016 to 2020 than it has been since 2021 to present in many ways. There are ways where it's actively worse. Neither of them come from the president.
All righty, so we have gender confused for Trump 2024. That's going to be the motto right there. Okay, Trump already said, yo, Trump for the LGBTs, it's all good. So you confused, you don't know what's going on. You're Peter, but you think you're actually Meg. It's fine. Go out there and vote for me. It's all good. Now, here we are in the church with some more of that kind of stuff, and then I'll move on away from that. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously.
Drag is holy.
One more time.
Drag is holy. There has been an assault on the rights of drag performers in this country, and we must call out the hypocrisy and the injustice.
Okay, so there's a couple things here. First of all, this is a guy in church. I'm not quite sure what this guy calls himself. Is he a bishop, pastor, just a public speaker? I don't know what's happening, but I do see a cross behind him, and he's talking about drag being holy. I don't know how that really works, but that's just what it is. Oh, and something else. This is a TikTok video, which, you know, I say all the time, TikTok is the Antichrist, but let's keep on going.
Jesus called himself a mother hen longing to gather up her chicks. Gender is a construct, you see. And if Jesus can be a mother hen, then you can dress in drag. I've even heard it said that Jesus was, and humanity is, God in drag. So let me say this again for those of you in the back. Drag is holy. Drag.
Okay, so that's your guy. Yeah, these people that are misusing church like that need to go to hell. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. They need to repent for their sins. That's the best way I put it. I went a little bit too far. I got dark. I'm sorry. But let's keep on moving here. If you like what you're hearing, you know what to do. Please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And let's get to some of the protests, shall we? This individual right here took some time out of his busy schedule protesting in his skirt with his combat boots to give you a little bit of talent show, right? Some of these guys have real talent. So if the protest doesn't work out, if the Gaza thing doesn't work out, then maybe they can go work at a carnival and get a few tips. So check it out. So if you can't see it, this individual, this fellow wearing a skirt and cowboy boots combat boots, is balancing a steel barrier on his chin. Hey, that's like the guy they had at the men's conference, right? Swallowing swords, same kind of deal. He could be on the stage with him. They could do a duo together. They could be a twin performance.
Exactly. It's an actual prerequisite.
Hey, imagine paying $80,000 a year to go to Columbia or some other kind of Ivy League school to do that. You could do that for free in your backyard. But anyway, let's keep on going here. We got a lot more to get into. We're talking about these protest videos. Check it out.
You should be enraged. You should be enraged. You should be enraged in the genocide that is going on.
Calm down, young lady. You were calm before. You need to chill.
I don't need to chill.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Nothing chill about what's going on
Yeah,
right now.
you
Why don't you tell me to stay out of there? You should be enraged. You should be enraged.
Now, what is all the screaming about? Okay, you support Palestine. We can see you at the Palestine flag, got the terror scarf. Okay, it's okay, but what's all the screaming? I don't really understand.
You should be enraged in the genocide that is going on.
Calm down, young lady. You were calm before. You need to chill.
I don't need to chill.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Nothing chill about what's going on
Yeah,
right now.
you
Why don't you tell me to stay?
Yeah, okay, let's just relax. It's not that deep, all right? I'm not sure what all this action is going to do about Palestine. Palestine is way over there. It's not really going to help. You snatching the guy's mic is not going to help your cause. Let's keep on going here. This is Infantada Hall at Cal Poly Humboldt. And the kids took over, not kids, the adults took over and fortified 2 buildings, setting up camps around them. Check it out. Hold on, I'm seeing some signs, some stuff. Genocide, that's one thing. And it says destroy colonial world, free all native lands. And cops beat students here too. Occupation till all occupation ends. So yeah, I mean, I wonder how much that school costs per year, per semester. How much does that cost to do all that? I think that the value's not really there for me. Now here's something else. This is Columbia. This is occupation at Columbia, New York, just like Seattle's Chaz Chop. Now I want you guys to look at all this stuff on the ground. Can I zoom in right quick? Y'all give me a second. Let me see if I can zoom for you guys. Yeah, let's do it this way. Now look at all this garbage on the ground. Okay, but yeah, at least they got a tarp. So when it comes time to clean the garbage up, they could just fold the tarp up maybe. I'm not sure how that's going to work. But yeah, they got a tarp. And I'm seeing all types of stuff. I guess they're never used to camping. I'm seeing just a little bit of everything. Just garbage everywhere. Oodles and noodles, or what y'all call them, top ramen? Just random stuff all on the ground at Columbia. And I posted this and some said, you're against free speech, ABL. Am I against free speech? No, I'm not against free speech. Not at all, but this ain't the same thing. You know, throwing garbage on the ground, oodles and noodles everywhere, just random stuff because you're upset about Gaza. What's that going to do? All right. Yeah, this is a unseemly, unsightly thing to witness. A campus should be beautiful, not strewn with random personal supplies. And the smell has got to be off the hook. Off the hook. I can already tell because where's the showers at? Where's the bathrooms at? I'm not sure if they really get in their proper hygiene, but that's a different story. And I digress. Let's keep on going. Chazumbia. Yeah, the environment, all of a sudden the environment doesn't matter, does it? The environment doesn't matter. They normally talk about, oh, we got 5 years to live if we don't stop global warming. But then when they have these protests, they totally destroy the environment around them because they don't understand how to live. Really, and you know what? I probably would say this. A lot of their basements look just like that with trash everywhere. I've seen some of these cleaning videos. Do you guys watch cleaning videos on Instagram or if you have TikTok? But I see a lot of these cleaning videos of people's houses and their rooms, and it's disgusting. The craziest things with some of these cleaning up videos is when they will strip the mattress and the mattress is like it's been through war. It's been through war. It was like the mattress was used as a bomb shelter door. I'm talking about it needs to actually get sent to the dump immediately. But then after they clean the room, they redress that filthy mattress. It's like, look, you better off at that point getting an air mattress and sleeping outside rather than that. Why would you redress a filthy mattress? Look, hear me well. If your mattress right now today looks like somebody been Rick James in it, F your couch, Rick James in your mattress, please throw it away. It's time. I got a new one recently. I got one recently because mine was about 6 years old. It wasn't no stains or nothing. I'm a very clean person, but I knew it was time for it to go. But some of y'all got mattresses that look like they've been Rick James over and over. Please stop it. But anyway, I digress. Let's hear some more. I think we got a chant this time.
America
set the colonies on the planet Earth. They are responsible for the suffering of African people everywhere. And when we say that our revolution is your revolution, we say it because Africans all over the African continent are fighting against imperialism.
Okay, so you get the general gist. America sucks, blah, blah, blah. But it's so weird because whenever I hear these kind of speeches, it's normally in America with Americans that have no plans of leaving. And a lot of these people, a lot of these students are not even American. You got a lot of foreign exchange, people that are here on student visas. Okay, so I don't understand. If America sucks so much, then why are we here? Let's go over there. Wherever you think is better than America, go there. It's fine. I promise we're not gonna, we will not miss you.
Hey guys.
Okay, let's check this out. What's happening here? All right, let's let it roll.
Hey guys. Oh, is that an issue or? I'm just.
Is it an issue to be a genocide supporter?
Well,
Yeah.
Well, no. The reason I'm here is just to gain some insight from everybody. I mean.
No, gain this insight.
Oh.
Oh, no. Whoa, wait a minute.
Is that all you have, or? Okay.
They always do that. They always, that's like the liberal thing. They'll assault you or they'll do something to you, assault you, talk crazy to you, and then they walk away. Like, it didn't just do that. Okay. Where in my neck of the woods, where I come from, we do something like that, man. That's the easy way to get deleted or at least to get not cleaned out. I'm not saying you should do that because I don't advocate violence on this channel, but I'm saying that's like a person that's not used to fighting. If you do something like that to somebody, that's the easy way to get your head knocked off of your shoulders. All of this right here, all of your front teeth, your bottom teeth, some of your side teeth will be knocked over there. If you do something like that, usually you can't just walk away like you didn't do anything. But I digress. That's like Will Smith. That's what he did. Slapping Chris Rock and then walking away like ain't nothing happened. You slap me, let's go ahead and fight right now. But I prefer you don't touch me at all because I'm a nice guy. I'm all about peace and love and harmony. All right. I'm the nicest guy in the world. I don't want no smoke. But if you slap me, punch me in the face, let's fight right now and be done with it. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep on moving. We got some dances, some more dances. All right. Last time I showed you guys some steps. Now let's check out some of these dances here. Now, y'all please pardon my ignorance, but what culture is this dance from? Okay, the music sounds like some kind of Bollywoody, Indian, Middle Eastern type stuff, but I don't know what this dance is. Y'all please enlighten me. And also, how will this dance help them with their protests? Okay, how many dances can we do to free Palestine? So yeah, that's a cringe happening right now on college campuses. $80,000 a year gets you cringe performances in the middle of campus. Let's keep on moving. We got more to get to. All right. And if you like what you're hearing, I know what to do. Get a video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Okay, wait a minute. This is pretty confusing. This one is really confusing. I don't understand. I'm going to show this, and you just let me know what you see. No racism. I'm just asking. I'm just kind of confused. All right. So this lady right here has an issue with the interviewer, I suppose. Let's check it.
What's up? Fuck him. You're just a white person. You're a white person. Get out. We don't like white people. Oh. Free Palestine. What's up? Fuck him. You're just a white person. You're a white person. Get out. We don't like white people.
So it just looks kind of different. Like, what's going on here? What race are we? I don't understand. I'm asking questions. Are we Arab or are we something else? It's weird, man. Just got a lot of questions. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing, y'all know what to do. Let's keep on rocking. It's like, what's going on? What is happening, Pinocchio? I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, let's go to, hold on. Let's go, where are we going to go? Let's keep on moving. We're going to move away from that a little bit. Oh, here's somebody saying if they were an officer and they were called to dispatch some of these people, they were called to break up some of these things, you know, what would she do? Let's watch. And let me just fix this right quick. Y'all give me a second. And here we are. There we go.
The way that I could never, ever work in law enforcement, because the second they would tell me, like, suit up in your riot gear, there's a peaceful protest at a college, you got to go break it up, you got to go arrest some students, I'd be like, ooh, no, I don't want to do that. I just don't think that I could be one of those people that are like, well, it's my job and I got to do what my boss says. Like, I'm a server and I don't even do what my boss says now if they tell me to do something that I don't like. I worked at this restaurant one time and my boss was one of those that was like, you got time to lean, you got time to clean. And he literally tried to make me scrub the baseboards of that restaurant. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, my job description is to do some little side work, roll some silverware up, bust my tables, and serve the people. If you want to have your walls scrubbed, then hire a cleaning company, but I'm not doing it.
I'll tell you what, can I just pause right quick? And her point she's going to get to about not wanting to go break up protesters if she was an officer. She'll get to that in a minute. But when I was working at a restaurant, I would do everything. I was going super hard. They love me. Like, I was the best employee in the whole store. But I knew I could do that because the reason why I did that is because I can get all the hours I wanted and I had a lot of say-so. I could do whatever I wanted because I worked super hard. You know, if I wanted time off, which I didn't really get time off too much because I was always trying to get that money, I can get it. If I wanted more hours, I can get it. It was never a problem because I was always a person that would go above and beyond. I was indispensable.
So I can only imagine how I would feel if my boss was like, go break up that peaceful protest for something that you yourself also believe in. I'd be like, ooh, no can do. And I'd have to quit. I would simply have to quit.
So yeah, that's what she says. Okay. Now, obviously, if you don't want to go do your job as an officer, if you were to be an officer, which I don't think you would be, but if you didn't want to do your job, then maybe you shouldn't be an officer. All right. And that's fine because it's not for everybody. It is not for everyone. And I'm not trying to see you, young lady, get tossed in your head by some ridiculous transformer who thinks he is really a 12-year-old girl. This dude, 6'8", 275 pounds and 35 years old, thinking he's 12 and a girl, and he dumps you on your forehead. I don't want to see that happen to you. So maybe your best bet would be to work at the restaurant and have that be your lane. All right. That might be the best thing for you. And that's okay because everybody can't do everything. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has their role in life, and that's fine. But anyway, let's keep on moving here. What do we have next? What did I want to get into? Here's a good one here. Let me see. RFK. I'm not sure when this was. It might be a little bit older, talking about some of the financial stuff going on. Actually, what I want to do is play this from the IRS. We talked about AI earlier. The IRS is going to start using AI to examine your bank account. Now, I don't know how they're going to use AI, like how they're going to apply it, but they're going to do it. Check it out.
What we have learned is that the IRS, in fact, has been using AI to access bank accounts of American citizens without any kind of a search warrant or even without any specific claim that they have committed a crime. So this was something that was discovered by an undercover journalist, and what they found is that the IRS has claimed that they have access to every single person's bank account. This person also indicated that they've been working with the Department of Justice and that they have absolutely no problem whatsoever going after the little guy to make sure that they are paying their taxes. This is such a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment that Jim Jordan and I sent a letter to the IRS demanding that they provide additional information about what they are doing with AI and what they are doing to protect the civil rights of American citizens.
So, Congresswoman, what's the end game here? Because at the end of the day, you can't put the AI genie back in the bottle, and it's so easy to use these technologies in the way that you're suspecting the IRS is. How do you protect American citizens and our constitutional rights?
Well, one of the things is we need a new administration in November because this administration has been absolutely lawless in terms of its surveillance of us, of members of Congress, of local officials, of people who are protesters, of voters. This administration has completely ignored the Bill of Rights, whether it's the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. They have weaponized the government against us. So one of the things
So that's what's happening. You have the federal rallies using AI to examine your accounts. But that really shouldn't be a surprise because they already had access to your accounts. I was hearing about people having their accounts automatically debited for their balance if they owe taxes. So rather than like they say, okay, check it out. We'll go into your bank account and take that money. Student loan debt, the same thing. They can garnish your bank account, your wages, tax return, all of that. They could do that. They have that power. This is why you will never see student loan debt be forgiven because it's a government debt. So they could take that from you whenever they need to take it from you. All right. Remember that. Now let's watch this here. This is RFK talking about the money problems we've been having over the past few years and why things are the way they are.
Price of housing.
RFK is kind of unfortunate. He's an unfortunate case because some things that he say I don't agree with, but this right here, I agree with. Check it out.
Price of housing go up because we spent $8 trillion on wars and $16 trillion on COVID, which we didn't have. They print money, which caused the price of everything to go up. 2 years ago, the average cost of a house in this country was $215,000. Today it's $400,000. There's three giant corporations, BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. They also own 89% of the S&P 500. They've now decided to buy every single family home in America. If they stay on the current trajectory, they will own 60% of the homes in this country, single family homes by 2030. But your kids do not have a chance to buy that home because they can't outcompete BlackRock. I'm going to change the tax code to make it unprofitable for those companies to compete against your children for housing. I'm going to make a mortgage available to Americans at 3% interest. I'm going to finance those mortgages by.
So he's making promises about, mortgages. Like, good luck. A 3% mortgage, you got to drop. You got to be. You would have tangled with the Fed, man. Please, they would delete you before you even get a chance. So this was him, I think, on the Breakfast Club making promises. But aside from the promises part, what he was saying is right on point.
Selling tax-free bonds on the open market, available to first-time home buyers who will live in that community, who will work in that community. We need to create housing for teachers to keep the best teachers in our school.
Yeah, so that's what's happening right now. He's right on point about the situation. His solution, I don't think is realistic, but the situation is right on point. A lot of private companies are buying up single-family homes, and the new construction. I was watching the piece about Atlanta today, and the guy was talking about out of the homes that were built in 2023 in the metro, ITP, OTP, 70% were above $1,000 a month as far as like apartments, and the remaining 30 were below 1,000. And it's probably more than that. It's probably a lot more than that. And that's probably the 1,000 probably going to be your base price for like one bed, one bath, 1,000. 70% were more than 1,000. 30% were below 1,000. Yeah, it's crazy out here. But anyway, let's check this out.
What do you
about the migrants in New York City?
think about the U.S. government putting all the illegal immigrants here in this hotel?
How you can put the illegal immigrants in a hotel? That's it.
So do you think it's right what's going on?
No, it's not right. We all came at a certain time. I mean, somebody came 100 years ago to America. Somebody came 200 years ago. Somebody came 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever. In the end, we're all immigrants in this country, correct? But it's a certain way how we're getting in, right? This is what's going on. It's just bizarre. And why we have to pay our taxpayer money. New York City, we're suffering with it, with everything, with homelessness, with shelters, with all the people. And why are we getting this?
Yeah.
Why us? Why we have to pay for it?
It's not very fair, right?
Do we know who they are?
No.
How they coming in? I mean, we know how they're coming in.
Yeah.
But do we know who are exactly? What they have a background, criminal records, what kind of diseases they have?
Crazy.
You know, it's all about fairness. God, but people also, you know, suffering. I know it's not easy living in Venezuela, I'm sure. Living in socialism.
There's a lot of people here in the streets here in New York that are suffering, and they can't even get housing. But illegal immigrants that come over the border illegally get.
They're calling them
housing.
migrants. They're not. They're illegal immigrants because they cross the border illegally. It's a legal thing.
It's almost like they're getting benefited, right? When they come here, they get food.
My friend, let me ask you a question. You know, I came to America 1991. I came on Friday. No, I came on Sunday. Tuesday, I was working already. Is one of them working?
I can't answer. I don't believe so.
They're getting a free cell phone. Do you have a free cell phone?
No.
No, me too. I pay for it. Free cell phone services. Free cell phone itself, whatever they give, but it's a smartphone in your hand, free. Free housing, free medicine, free food. How good of a food is, maybe it's shitty, but it's food. If you're hungry, you're not going to die from starvation. And you don't pay for it? I don't know.
Crazy, right?
Now, capitalism doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. We all have to work. I love this country. The best. We're in a big hole. We have to get out of it. That's all.
Right. So shout out to Habibi. Shout out to my man for telling the 100% truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right. Shout out to my man. Right on. That was very well done out there in New York City. All right. Now we got a lot more here. And thank you guys for watching. This is also an audio podcast you are listening to right now. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, including Apple iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, etc. Link for that will be in the description. Or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. And the podcast will be available at 8 a.m. the next day after the stream is complete. So the Saturday show, 8 a.m. Sunday Eastern. The Wednesday show, 8 a.m. Thursday Eastern. All right. Let's keep on rocking and rolling here. Where are we going to go next? We got quite a few things we're going to get to. Like you guys in the comments are wild. Shout out to you guys. Oh, now, would you want a package delivered this way? Amazon. Now, I've seen some Amazon drivers do some wild stuff, throwing the package on your front lawn and right at your door like a newspaper, just like boom. You don't know if it's like some China silverware plates in there. You have no idea what's in the box. Just chucking it at your door like a football. Boom. Now imagine if a drone was to literally drop off a package right to your front door. Check it out. All right, let's look at this. Now I don't know if this is legitimate. I think that it could be. It says it's in Texas, and this is an Amazon drone delivery. Let's watch. Now, whatever was in there, I hope that it wasn't anything fragile. Hopefully you got some clothes, some shoes, or something that is a little bit soft, cotton-based perhaps. All right, maybe you got a box of boxes, a box of diapers or something like that, regular clean stuff. I ain't talking about nothing crazy. But if you got anything in there's any kind of way fragile, what if that was an iPhone or if that was a MacBook, man? RIP to your electronics. And why did it slide like that? What's going on? I don't understand. What's actually in the box? Or it was because you got a sloped driveway and it just fell down because of the force. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, you got an Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Yeah, RIP to that. But yeah, what I don't want is a drone just coming to my house. I don't want that coming to my house. And I also don't really trust it because the question is, where is that coming from? Is it a short distance? Is a warehouse like right behind my house? Like, where is that coming from? Somebody might decide to shoot it out the sky. Okay, some overambitious person say, hey, that's target practice, and hit it right out the sky. So that might not be the best thing, but that could be realistic in the future. That most certainly could be. All right. Let's keep on moving here. The wind from the drone. Okay, well, there it is. Yep. So what if the wind from the drone pushes it out into the street and then people are driving and they run it over? How does that really work? Yeah, I don't know if I like that too much. That might not really be the way of the future there. Let's keep on going. We have much more to get into. Where did I want to go next? I think I had to reload all these because it's just weird. I got some stuff from LA. Oh yeah, LA is a mess. You guys living in Los Angeles, California, that area. Here's Hollywood, California. All right. Do we have sound? No sound on the video. But we just got third world conditions. And it's like, what is happening? That's somebody's makeshift house that burned down. How does that really work? Do you call the fire department to say, hey, my house is on fire. Where's your house? Oh, it's in front of Rite Aid. It's in front of Rite Aid. Like, what is going on? Oh, speaking about makeshift houses in Los Angeles, I think I showed a brief video of a makeshift house along their little river they got. But I want to show you.
Now at 10:30.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a better version of that. So look at this. This whole thing, you got a whole estate on the side of the road, on the side of this river, I suppose. It says it's alongside the 110 freeway in LA. It's a whole estate. You got a little patio over here on the left, a little sunroom right next to it in the blue tarp. In the green tarp, we got a slope roof structure, windows, all of that. This is a makeshift house on the side of the road. Imagine you're just driving on the interstate, right? Up 75, 95, wherever you are. And all of a sudden you see a bunch of scrap put together on the shoulder that is somebody's house. You have that right here in Los Angeles.
Living on the edge, a man builds a makeshift home in between the 110 freeway and the Arroyo Seco in Highland Park. That home has electricity, a garden, even a front door, all put together using items that other people have discarded.
So what do neighbors think about the home located not far from their own homes? KTLA's John Finolio joins us live from Highland Park with a closer look. John?
Yeah, and somebody said it. That rent's for like $850 a month. So what do you think the rent on that would be? Okay, look, you got a great view. You're going to see all the celebrities' cars driving along the 110. I mean, they're going to be going real fast, so they're going to be kind of hard to see them, but you can still see them. You got the rivers right there. You got waterfront property. Now, it might be kind of a trickle of a river, and it might not really be any water in it most of the time because it's the desert, but it's a river. So how much would rent for that particular property run you? Y'all let me know.
Cher and Sandra, good evening to you. The encampments along the Arroyo Seco, which runs right next to the 110 freeway, have swelled in recent years. And as you're about to see, some people have gotten very creative when it comes to building a suitable shelter. Riverfront property may be hard to come by.
They stole my talking point. Shout out to you. Hey, man, we're on the same page. Okay, you had the same idea I had. So, hey, great minds think alike.
Angeles, but for some people living on the margins, this is where they call home. There are many makeshift structures built with scrap material and trash along the Arroyo Seco next to the 110 freeway near Highland Park.
I got a question for you LA people, California people. The Arroyo Seco, what is this really? Is it a river? Is this like drinking water? What is this? Okay, now if this goes to drinking water, my God, like if this goes to any drinking water or water you put on your body, I have to imagine that some of these people are emptying their waste, their trash right there in that water. I'm saying logically, it kind of makes sense, right? So what is that exactly? Where does that water go? Why is that even right there?
They are among the more than 46,000 people experiencing homelessness in LA.
Oh, as rain runoff. So does the runoff get used or not? I want to know. Is it just to go out into the ocean?
Some of the structures, like this one, stand out. It has a stone wall, Walkway, front door, powered lights, even a hammock for relaxing. It appears well kept. The people living here did not want to speak on camera.
Pues en realidad no.
They don't bother me, this resident tells us, echoing neighbors who say most of the people living along the Arroyo Seco are quiet and keep to themselves.
Okay, so it goes to the ocean. Okay. If it goes to the ocean, all right, I understand. Hopefully that does not go to you guys drinking water, because if it does, man, RIP to y'all.
Some of these structures are pretty illustrious.
They are, and, you know, I was just admiring the work that they're doing out here, and I get, you know, violently attacked by these guys.
But clearly not everyone agrees that this waterfront living is okay.
What do you want the city to do? Clean this mess up. This does not belong here. This is public property, but that's not what it's supposed to be used for. Yeah. This is dangerous. As you can see down there, someone's cooking with an open fire out there. They're stealing electricity. I mean, come on.
You feel bad for those folks?
Yes and no, because, you know, it sucks to say I know some of these people are here, you know, for some reasons that they put themselves here. So, you know, I do wish better for those people, but I cannot be sorry for those mistakes that they made.
Others say just getting by in the City of Angels is becoming too difficult.
It's messed up. I mean, they should lower rent. You know, they should start lowering all kinds of stuff, especially here in LA.
All right, we did reach out to LA City Council member Eunice Hernandez for reaction to these folks living here along the Arroyo Seco, but we have not heard.
So yeah, shout out to my man right here, who is a part-time actor, I suppose. Look at this chiseled jawline, looking like Duke Nukem, man. You're a whole video game protagonist, moonlighting as a news anchor. Shout out to you, sir. Hopefully you make your big break very soon. All right, but yeah, and let's keep on moving here. So you have a whole house just built. You got electricity. You probably got water. You probably got a little bit of everything right there on the side of the road. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Not in person. On the internet, yes. In person, never in my life. I've been to a few places, but never have I seen that with my own two eyes. All right, let's check it out here. Here's more from LA. All right, you guys are all over the place with more makeshift properties. We got like a little RV with or a trailer, I guess you would say, with a regular door. My question is, why is there like a regular house door on that? I don't get it. Maybe the other door just I don't understand the science behind that.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
Okay, and we got trash everywhere.
This one was one of the worst. I mean, dude, this is more than fucking 3 garages worth of shit outside this fucking.
Sorry for the cussing.
Harvey, look at this shit. I mean, you can't have all this shit lined up on a fucking public sidewalk, man. It just can't be. Like I said, this is a fucking war zone down here today. My mood's changed, everything's changed. It's a shitty feeling.
Yeah, man. Like, what is going on? Can we get that cleaned up or nah? Is that not really a thing? Now here's Oakland, Oaktown. Somebody's going backwards in their pickup truck for some reason.
Look at the strike team. Oh, 5 on her. Hey, go over there. Don't move. They're not catching that nigga.
Now, I mean, look, rather than a life of crime and out here just doing the bad things, the wrong things, maybe consider a career in stunt driving. I think that could be a little bit of money. You're in California, just go down south, go to LA and say, hey, you know what? Here's my tape. Here's my highlight reel of me evading the police. What's up with a role in TV doing stunt work rather than living a life of crime?
Hey, you ain't catching him, bro. That nigga gone on you, bro. This nigga gang.
All right, so that's enough of the N-word. I don't want to have that no more. But you get the idea of what's happening out there in Oakland. Let's keep on moving. And where we going to go next? Oh, here we got Portland. All right. You know, the left coast review would not be complete without Portland. So the hot spots, Los Angeles, San Francisco Bay Area, San Fran, Oakland, Seattle, Washington, and Portland. Those are your hot spots of the nonsense.
How long do you think this goes for?
Does everybody have a tent? And like, is that like the homeless sign that what is that? Tents everywhere. At what point will you see tents along every just major city street? At what point will that happen? I'm starting to see them more and more.
No, that's fucking high. Look at, there's somebody handing him something. Look. What did he just get handed?
Okay, yeah, so that's what's happening out there in Portland. I mean, somebody lives right here. Somebody's house is right here. And it appears to be a pretty nice house. I'm seeing hardy board, a fairly decent roof. So imagine you living in that house right there and you seeing this activity right outside. Okay, you trying to cut your grass right here and you seeing this guy just acting a complete fool. What do? I know I don't want to see that. I know I don't want to go outside cutting my grass. I'm starting my mower and then I'm seeing this guy doing the cha-cha slide. Nah, man, I need you to go ahead and go over there. We don't have time for the nonsense. Let's keep on going here. Yeah, Portland. Yeah, keep it weird, Portland. Keep it all the way weird. All right, there's more. Now we have. Hold on. This person. This video caption says this person's studio in Oakland faces the emergency exit of a local Target. So this person is able to see people coming out the back with a bunch of stuff. So we got somebody running with a big screen TV that appears to be a kid or a woman. I can't tell what's going on. Probably a little kid. Look, I mean, if you got shopping carts full of stuff, and this appears to be from different days. It's not just one day. Okay, this person is able to see this happening all the time. Okay, you got one kid right here with a flat screen. Then you got somebody else with a cart full of stuff. Okay. Then you have two more guys with carts. I mean, at this point, the shopping carts are just used for thieves to be able to wheel out the merchandise, whatever they want to sell. And I guess since the rule is anything below $1,000, you're not going to get prosecuted. If that Vizio flat screen was, $300, no big deal, right? Hey, I got a brand new flat screen. And it's to the point where you go shopping. Look, I need a flat screen TV. And I need a TV stand and a mount and a few candles and some deodorant, toilet paper, throw that in the bag, put it in the cart, and go out the back door. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. That's what's happening right now in California. Yeah, it's Target, all right. Exactly, Joel. It's a Target. It's the Target. It's a big Target. Okay, more people all the time going through a cut right here. Probably a little path they can just go through and probably get to a vehicle and drive home with their stuff. Brickyard says, do stores make profits anymore? I mean, look, I can't tell if you're living in California. I don't see how you make a profit. If you have a store in Oakland or San Fran, a hot spot like that, I don't see how it's possible to make a profit. This is different days. This goes on for like a whole minute of people, all races, all backgrounds. Look, my man right here, this is like another TV. What AOC would say, it just want bread, ABL. They just want bread. Okay, well, I mean, how many bread sandwiches can you make with a flat screen TV? I guess a lot if you sell the TV on the black market. You might sell it on Amazon. Okay, you have a whole store on Amazon selling merchandise. A man right here not even in a rush. What's the bird gonna do? The bird ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, they can see you, but what are they gonna do? Because they're not gonna prosecute you. And then as the bird's in the sky, my man's right there stealing and nothing happens. Yep. So that's what's going on out there in Oakland, California, where you could just take, steal what you want, and it's no problem. Must be nice. It must be nice. If I was a store owner out there, it wouldn't be a thing that I'd be interested in. Now, here's something else. Here's what's happening in New York. Let's go back there right quick because of all the migrants. And I've shown this before. See, the migrants are bringing a different kind of element to the city. The thing that Giuliani cleaned up. Remember, some of you guys, New Yorkers, how Times Square was with all the nudie flicks and things like this, the inappropriate things down there, the kind of seedy nature of it. Well, that's coming back. I think this might be in Queens, though, not in Times Square, but you'll see the same thing down Times Square, too, because of all the migrants. But let's watch this. All right. Queens, New York City. Now, what are you looking at? You know what you're looking at. You're looking at ladies of the night just out there waiting. And a lot of them are going to be migrants, a lot of Venezuelan and also a lot of Chinese. One thing about a lot of these Chinese massage parlors, they always get shut down because a lot of them are just fronts for human trafficking. And I see it a lot all the time in Virginia because it's right there. It's a port place. So you would see it all the time on the news. I would pay attention to it. You would see a spot get shut down. And then you'll see people that got busted, and they all be older Chinese women. They don't speak any English at all. That's kind of how it goes. So when you're talking about the migrant crisis, people say, oh, well, just let them come over. All right, but see, you're enabling human trafficking. That's kind of how it goes. Okay, obviously we got, women wearing just... like it's getting like California where they just openly out there selling their wares, selling themselves. So you get the idea of what's going on. Yeah, New York City. Somebody said it's normal. Is it normal for real? Hey, I don't know. One thing I saw was outside of the Roosevelt Hotel, it was a lot of traffic that was increased. You're going to have tracks or whatever, places like this that happen. But when you get the migrants coming in, you're going to get a lot of them that go out there and do that because that's what they probably were already doing that in their countries of origin. You got a lot of Venezuelans that are fleeing some of the real poverty. A lot of them go to Colombia and do that. And then if they get to the USA, they hit the jackpot. Now, speaking about the economy, let's talk about Taco Bell. I'm not a Taco Bell fan, but some of you guys are. Taco Bell, I can't do nothing with it. Taco Bell, look, if I just want to be in the bathroom for 24 hours, I'll get Taco Bell. But some of you guys still eat it. Hey, if you like it, I love it, but I can't do nothing with it. Check it out.
You guys, it is no longer cheap to eat at Taco Bell. I literally went to Taco Bell and just got a taco supreme. I just spilled tomatoes and cheese. I got a taco supreme, a crunchy taco supreme with a small Coke, and I spent $5. Whatever happened to the dollar tacos?
Oh, that's gone. Ain't no more of that. Ain't no more of that. The dollar tacos are finished.
Like literally, you can go to Dollar Tree and eat a frozen meal or like one of those frozen burgers for cheaper than Taco Bell now.
Dollar Tree? Are you guys eating meals from Dollar Tree? I don't know if I'll do that, man. Look, at that point, I might as well get a bag of rice and eat that just by itself. No salt, no pepper, just straight rice and eat that. I'm not eating no meal from the Dollar Tree.
What the heck?
Yeah, so that's what's happening out there. If you guys are wanting to go to Taco Bell and you're looking for the dollar taco, well, Don, that ain't going to be the thing no more. Here's something else about Canada and how expensive it is over there to shop.
I spend $1,000 a month on groceries, okay? $1,000 for myself and my daughter.
And we're not shopping at Whole Foods, okay? This is penny pinching, grocery shopping in Canada. So I thought I would share with you guys what I spent for the month of February, because if you're anything like me, I'm always nosy about people's expenses. So I have my laptop here, okay? I track all of my expenses. Let's go over it. Okay, before I get into the numbers, keep in mind February was an intentionally bare bones budget because in March we have some very, very, very large expenses coming up. Starting off strong with all the bills and the housing and the non-fun things, okay? Just bills and housing. Comes to $4,252.34 a month, okay? $4,000 right there just to have a roof over our head, okay?
I wonder where that money goes. I wonder what are you actually spending. I want to see the breakdown on the budget, but you probably won't do that. It'll probably just be about the food.
Moving on to the discretional expenses, okay?
Yeah, the tapping wore me out. It's like, lady, please, with the tapping. I almost cut the video off right there. The tapping tore me to pieces. Don't do that anymore, lady, if you can hear me.
This is what you're probably here for. Groceries. Now, last month, this is when I had a little wake-up call. Okay, I was spending $1,000 to people. I was like, something's got to change, okay? I tried to get it to $950. Did I do it? I did. Now, mind you, February was obviously a shorter month. So if we'd gone the extra few days, probably would have gone over again.
Okay, so she really didn't do what I was going. I thought it would be something else, but she was basically saying that between her and her daughter, they spend $1,000 a month on groceries. Now, does that sound accurate, inaccurate, a little bit more, a little bit less? And that's Canadian dollars. So it's a little bit different in the U.S., but not that much different to really be, concerned about. But yeah, the nails tapping, she kind of got on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie. The fitted hat, the nails tapping, and the slumped over zip, I ain't like that. So yeah, shout out to her though. Hopefully you're able to, take care of everything you need to take care of it. Take care of them nails. How about that? But anyway, let's keep on moving. Oh, here's something. If you guys park in front of a fire hydrant, this is going to happen to you. Do not park in front of the fire hydrant because they can't get enough pressure to the hose. Because what'll happen, they got to go around your vehicle. Like they're going to go through your vehicle or move the vehicle. They're going to do something to get to that actual, the fire hydrant. All right. And RIP to the headphone users. We'll need to have the music, but you're going to see the truck move this vehicle out of the way of the hydrant. Nice and simple. All right, there we go. Get up out the way. So do not park in front of a fire hydrant. I know it might not be no parking. You might be in and out, but don't do it because they have to hook up the hose to the hydrant with a direct connection. It can't be a kink in it because you're dealing with high pressure. So that's not going to work with you in the way. They got to go straight. I've seen sometimes where they break your window out and do it that way and run the hose straight through your car. So they were lucky that didn't happen. It's moved out the way. Just a little tug. Yeah. So again, do not park. But you guys are smart, so you know you're not going to do that. But yeah, don't do that no more. To that person, lesson learned. It could have been a little bit different. Yeah, the windows could have got busting out, and then they would have ran the hole straight through the window. All right, let's keep on moving here. Do I have more that I want to get into? I think I do. I believe I do. All right, we got some people talking about climate activists, and the solution that she has is communism. Watch this. All right, give me a second. Let's get some sound. And here we go.
Invitation to people is to really think about how do we actually create more fair and equitable societies, and how is sustainability a means to that end? And to your question, I think that is a way to connect with people no matter where they fall on the kind of climate spectrum, because it's ultimately about how do we make better lives for everyone, and how do we do that by actually rewriting systems of inequality built on the oppression of the vast majority of people, built on a history of colonization, and built on the commodification of nature. Because frankly, we can do so much better, and all of the solutions that are presented here at Change Now are testament to exactly that.
Okay.
But how would you support yourself, Mr. Bates, considering that your reading comprehension has gone down every year since you've been in prison?
a very vaginative proposition. My man, that is to say prostitution pertaining to the cotex, you understand, of the argument. I myself have imminentized my liquidation, therefore, ergo, i.e., that is the instigation, which is excessive cleavage, shall we say.
So when I heard her talking, all I could think about was my man right here. All these buzzwords, all this woke stuff. What are you even saying at a certain point? What are you talking about, lady? I don't understand. You're not making any kind of sense. You're just saying words and just using them together in context that doesn't make any sense. Wanting to sound intelligent and woke and enlightened, you just sound ridiculous. So that's what I heard. Same thing. So shout out to Oswald Bates. That show was way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. Yes, in living color. Shout out to her in living color. And she has on like a 1990s jacket. Look at this jacket. What is this? What am I looking at right here? I mean, come on.
Majority of people built on a history of colonization and built on the commodification of nature, because frankly we can do so much better, and all of the solutions that are presented here at Change Now are testament to exactly that.
So yeah, that was a mess. Now let's go to Gavin Newsom and see what his take on the environment thing is.
California and the planet.
RIP to the headphone user. Sorry for the loud noise, but these videos are usually not mastered for sound. Let's watch.
California and the planet have a plastics pollution problem.
For decades, the plastic industry has run a campaign of deception. The truth is this: under 9% of plastic we throw in our recycling bins actually gets recycled. The rest goes into landfills, and that's the plastic industry's fault.
These plastic manufacturers, they churn out low-quality, single-use plastics while falsely promising that they're recyclable.
Plastic is also made of fossil fuels, meaning the plastics industry is the fossil fuel industry. As we transition toward cleaner sources of energy, Big Oil has been driving up the production of plastic as a last gasp in their effort to pad their profits without paying any mind to the new pollution crisis it's creating. California is holding manufacturers responsible to stop the overuse of cheap plastics and pollution. In 2022, Governor Newsom signed SB 54, requiring plastic manufacturers to cut their production of single-use plastic packaging and design truly recyclable products.
You know, the funny thing about some of these recyclable products, like, okay, one thing, the paper straws come individually wrapped in plastic. So it's like, okay, so you just creating two forms of trash. One, the plastic container of the actual paper straw, and then the straw itself. And the straw is not really usable because by the time you put it into your drink for 2 minutes or less, it's going to be soggy. So it's just kind of a dumb technology. And also, here's something else. Do you know 30% of California's pollution comes from China? Did you know about that? But we don't want to go over to China and tell them how to operate. Actually, we export our pollution over there because they build everything. And the building, the manufacturing is a big driver of pollution. But it's okay. Look, as long as we don't make it over here in the States and they make it, it's fine. It's so dumb. But hey, man, fight for the planet, green power. Now, let's keep on moving here. Oh, the Secret Service. I got to talk about the Secret Service. DEI, literally DIE. It almost got to be DIE. Let's watch this from Fox.
Joe Biden's running probably the most chaotic White House in history. From commander chowing down on staff to a cocaine bag you found near the Situation Room. It's all out of control. And now Secret Service agents are going the full Jerry Springer. One of Kamala's armed protectors reportedly flipping out this week and getting into a physical fight with another agent at Joint Base Andrews while waiting for the VP to arrive. Things got so crazy. The Washington Examiner reports that the agent had to be handcuffed and removed from service. The Secret Service confirms that the agent began displaying behavior their colleagues found distressing, but coy on other details, saying, quote, "This was a medical matter. We will not disclose any further details." Harold Ford Jr., what do you think happened?
I have no idea. What I read.
No, but what do you think happened?
You're trying to lure him into speculation.
Yeah, come on, Harold, we don't speculate here.
I don't know. I hope
that hasn't stopped you.
Thank you.
I'll send you a
what
check.
I believe.
Janine?
Okay, this is what happened.
Okay, there was another person on the Secret Service detail. By the way, the vice president's detail is where they put all the problem children, okay?
Is that a fact?
That is a fact. You could write it down. And apparently she was having an argument with another person on the Secret Service. She grabbed his phone and started removing apps from the phone.
Can we pause right quick? Okay. So the Secret Service agent, let's get a visual right quick, shall we? Let's get a visual. Okay, that's her right there on the left. Her name, what is her name? You guys know. I be remembering sometimes. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm saying the right thing. Her name is, drumroll, Michelle Herzog, 43 years old. All right. She was previously with Dallas Police Department, and she sued them in 2016 for gender discrimination. She also alleged sexual harassment. And according to what we're going to hear in a minute, during her onboarding process to the Secret Service, they said she was hearing voices, but that was ignored for some reason. Now, why did this woman take the agent's phone and then begin deleting apps? Why did this woman take the agent's phone and then begin deleting apps? That sounds like a jilted lover to me. Now, listen, some of you guys gotta stop with the workplace stuff, especially when this woman was hearing voices. You're dealing with a nut job already. And on top of that, listen, and on top of that, there was a lawsuit at her previous place of employment for some sexual harassment type stuff. So if that's her background, you don't need to be anywhere near her, okay? Leave her alone. But I digress. Let's keep on going.
Why? Was there a relationship there? I don't know, and I will not say.
Keep going.
However,
Keep going.
and so she gives the phone back, and the guy says nothing. Nothing. He just moves on. Then she starts chest bumping, and she punched out another agent. Oh. Now, they said that her hire was part of a diversity, equity, and inclusion push. Hang on, Greg. In response to years of staff shortages, and may have required the agency to lower its once strict employment standards. I'm reading that. I'm not saying it. Now, I also understand from someone in the know that when she was training in 2016, she heard voices, and everybody ignored it. And there.
Hold on. Anthony, yes. Okay, I'm gonna call on myself. Voices in your head, maybe, just maybe, if somebody's hearing voices, they shouldn't be a Secret Service agent. Now, I'm not here to judge anybody. If you're going through something like that, I hope you get your help you need. I hope you get the help you need if you're going through something like that. But in the meantime, in between time, maybe the job for you isn't a Secret Service agent. Okay? Just maybe.
She is.
Oh, she heard voices, Greg. What does that tell you?
Well, voices carry.
Now, here's something else. I'm going to continue the story. So she's fighting with the Secret Service agents. She was hiding behind pillars, like hiding behind stuff, throwing items, including menstrual pads. And the threat was, you're going to need those pads for what I do to you later. Like you're going to get bloodied up or something like that. And mind you, these are agents. These are armed agents. They have guns on them. So when she's doing all this, they say, okay, we got to let you go. We are relieving you of duty. And when they said that, she snapped. Bill Goldberg's an officer, speared him, tackled him, got on top, and started punching him. So then the other agents had to take her off of the guy, restrain her, disarm her, and then they had the medical people, the other federales, the other people, they had to come get her and pretty much they put her in the Walter Reed or wherever, some kind of hospital. They hospitalized her because she had a mental breakdown on the job. Now, this could have been prevented because why? You have a prior history. You have the Dallas situation. Look, I'm not saying that she was right or wrong in the Dallas situation, But I'm saying if there was a previous situation and there was some conflict, maybe I don't want conflict in Secret Service. Then sexual harassment, okay, that might be something I don't want to touch. But the most important thing was during training, allegedly she heard voices. So that right there should be an indicator that she could have this kind of breakdown. Hiding behind stuff. That's like hiding behind a tree when you're fully grown. It's like, I can see you. Hiding and then throwing stuff. Like totally flipped her wig. Secret Service agent. So yeah, we got some issues here. And the agents themselves say, hey, this might be DEI because what else are you even on here? I'm sure this was not her first situation where things just kind of went to the left. I'm sure there were other things that happened, but this was the proverbial straw on the camel's back. And here we are. Schizophrenia, exactly. Now, I have a close member of my family who has schizophrenia, and I love this person, and I think that they're a great person. Always love this person. Right now to this day, love them. But Secret Service, no. Okay? They need compassion, they need love, they need care, they need medical attention, they need help, serious, real mental help. Not a job protecting the vice president. I don't care. Listen, I'm not a Kamala Harris fan, nor am I a Joe Biden fan, but it doesn't matter whether I like him or not. They don't need this kind of protection. And really, nobody, even if you just hire a security guard or if you're a police officer in a random town, you shouldn't be allowed to have that kind of position with an actual mental illness. Okay. I'm seeing all the time now where people have fake mental illnesses or they self-diagnose. I saw Amanda Seals go on Shannon Sharp talking about, yeah, I self-diagnose autism. How you do that? How you self-diagnose autism? What part of the game is that? I'm talking about real mental issues. Those should be respected and treated appropriately, not by giving a job of Secret Service. But anyway, I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That will help me out tremendously. All right. Kristi Noem, do I want to talk about that or nah? So, okay, I'm going to ask you guys. How do you feel about Kristi Noem putting her dog down? Oh, Yeller style. Appropriate, inappropriate, or whatever. Now, understand this. Kristi Noem grew up on the farm, a ranch in South Dakota, where they raise animals for a living. It's not like she had a personal pet dog in the bedroom like a regular, family. It's not like that. These dogs are farm animals. She had to put down horses recently, and she put down a goat and also a dog. Here's a question I have. Here's a better question. Do you think it's the same thing to put down a dog as it is put down a goat, as it is put down a horse, or is it different? If it's different, then why is it different? They're all farm animals. They all serve a purpose on the farm. So why is it different to put down one versus the other if they're all farm animals? What's the difference? You guys let me know. Now, I understand a lot of you guys, you love your dogs. I get it. I understand. I 100% understand. But this ain't the same thing as that. This ain't your dog. This is a farm animal. Okay? You may have a horse that you take care of and you ride and all of that, but it ain't the same thing as what she's talking about being on a farm. All right. You guys let me know. Okay. Yeah. Somebody said it's what happens on farms. Yes, it does happen on farms. Goat's not as cute. Yeah, goat's not as cute. Right, exactly. Now, Carolyn says, how did we learn of this? Well, she has a book, and there's an excerpt from the book in which she talks about putting the dog down and also the goat. And I think she said the reason why she shared that is to say that sometimes you got to do difficult, messy things, and not everybody wants to do it, but it's got to get done. But she's able to actually do those things. Okay, now, Kristi Noem, of course, grew up on the farm, grew up on the ranch, and is an avid hunter. Okay, let me show you guys a picture right quick. She got a lot of different animals that she has hunted. She had to kill with a bear, ducks, of course, an elk, a lot of different things. But I guess when it came to put down a dog that had killed a bunch of chickens, I guess that was I guess that wasn't okay. All these other animals are totally fine, but the dog is where people draw the line because people love their personal pet dogs and they see it the same way, although it's not. But here we go. So again, Kristi Noem is the governor of South Dakota. So here she is with, what's this? A turkey or a chicken. All right. And that's a nice weapon right there. Very, very nice. And then let's keep on moving here. I got a few more of her. And that's a bad picture. That's a bear right there. Here is a turkey. And here is a deer. Young deer. And I wanted to find that. I got the elk too. Hold on. Let me find that elk. So all those animals is totally fine, but the dog who had attacked chickens, killed chickens, and tried to bite her, I guess that was where we gotta draw the line, right? We draw the line right there with that. Okay, so here we go. This is the elk right here. Big boy. All right, look at that right there. Amazing. Now, I wonder if you can preserve elk meat. I know you can get venison. I guess elks are like in the deer family. So could you, get an elk and have venison from the elk? I'm not really sure how that works. But all these animals that you can hunt and take pictures of is totally fine. But putting a dog down, we got a problem. People just see the dog. People see dogs as their personal family pets, and they can't see them in the same way as other animals. But the reality is that they are animals. And if they become problematic, if they become dangerous, if they become sick or whatever, the humane thing to do is to put them down. If you send a dog that's problematic and untrainable to a shelter, they'll probably put it down. If a trainer cannot fix it, they'll put it down. If they go to another family and they have a problem and there's a bite or something that happens to one of their family members, then there could be some liability because you knew the dog was dangerous and you give it to us anyway. So if one of us gets bit, then now you got a problem. And you could have seen that coming because there was a history. Just like the history of the lady who had voices in her head. Of course, she's going to kirk out and start throwing tampons at somebody talking about, you need these later. Yeah, it's going to happen because she already had a prior history of doing that thing before. So you had elk burgers. They look good. Elk dogs. Shout out to you guys. All right. Elk burgers are very lean. Tastes great. I'm going to try some of that. I've had deer. I've had gator. I've had a lot of different things, but I'm going to try some of that elk. That sounds very good. All right. Yeah. So elk is like deer. Yum, yum. I'm going to check it out. So what do you guys think? Do you think that she was inhumane for putting her dog down, although the dog had killed a bunch of chickens and tried to bite her? Or was she not? And if she was not humane for that, then what about all the other animals I showed you? The bear, the chicken, the turkey, the elk. Is that okay? I'm just trying to figure out where we're going to draw the line. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. I've also had buffalo. Yep, because there's a buffalo ranch where I live. And they have an event all the time. And at the event, they sell buffalo burgers or something like that. Or nah, it's not buffalo burgers. It's buffalo chili. It's very good. Very, very good. Okay, camel, bison. I don't think I had bison. But yeah, I don't want no camel. I'm good. I think camel might not be too nutritious. Yeah, that's not really, that ain't really going to get her done. But this was a big story because they're trying to discredit her because the main thing is that Kristi Noem is a front runner for Trump's VP pick. So they're trying to just, throw dirt on her name, finding anything they can to make people be turned against her. That's all. That's all that it is. It's election year. It's time for that to be going on. That's all. That is all that it is. Have I had rats? No, I have not had rat, and I'm not really interested. You know, I'm not interested in like vermin, gerbil, rat, mole. I'm cool. I saw a mole in real life by my house. It was crazy. I'm cutting the grass, and I saw this like it was. You ever seen the mole in real life? Like you know, a blind mole. It was crazy. It was like a flat sheet of hair moving. I was like, what is that? And I kept seeing it. It was like in a little mound, a small mound, kind of like going above ground and below ground. And it was like a like smooth hair just moving like a snake, but it was wide. It was crazy. Shout out to the moles. But yeah, I don't want to eat that neither though. It didn't look too appetizing. I don't see where I'm going to be able to get the big part of the meat where it's going to be tenderized. I can't season that enough to make it be tasty. But anyway, shout out to the moles and shout out to the rats. Yeah. I've seen rats person too before. I saw a rat when I was a little kid. The tail was like that big. The tail, I'm talking about, it was Master Splinter. It was crazy. So ever since then, I'm like, nah, I'm cool on rats. Mice too. But anyway, let's move on away from that and get to the calls. Before we get to the calls, we got super chats on deck, and the number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. And let's go to Apu Bakar Alpuff Daddy, who says, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott gives millions of dollars to BLM art because he says COVID caused white art to get overrepresented. Thoughts? I never even thought about that. And I think that's just bogus. It's a bunch of BS. It sounded like just a thing that he was told to say to give somebody some money for a particular favor. Apu also says, ABL, choose one, Alec Baldwin or Crackhead Barbie. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alec Baldwin, man. Crackhead is too unpredictable. Alec Baldwin, I know that if he has a gun in his hand, get away. That's all I gotta know. Loaded, unloaded, fake or not fake, I'm not gonna be in front of him with a pistol. But these crackheads, people that want to act a fool, I don't know what they're going to do. They might fling doo-doo at me or something out of the blue. So, yeah, give me Alec Baldwin all day long. Also, Apu says, why federales don't spy on these Hamas protesters? They probably do. They probably got people, they probably have feds as Hamas protesters. Apu also says, rookie federales cosplaying as KKK to go back to hentai. Thank you to Apple, who says, Rookie Federal, already read that one. Also, shout out to Cannon Hotel, who says, shout out to ABL. Shout out to you, boss. Cannon Hotel also says, no Vaseline, pause on that one. Thank you to Broadcast MIT, who says, this is for your new gun collection. We might need them. Yeah, we might need a new gun collection, okay, because y'all know it was a tragic boating accident. All the guns at the bottom of the Tennessee River, we might need those to come back. Thank you to Lawfare, who says, thank goodness I never went to college. Teachers were trying to peer pressure me into it. Thank goodness I went to trade school. Thank you to Clay Bisbee, who says, can you check your ex? I tagged you. My neighborhood in Freato is going crazy. A DEI sheriff won't clear the tents, and we keep having overdoses. So I think I saw that. So is that an encampment right in front of your particular spot? That's crazy. Hold on. Let me see if I can show it right quick, or if I can see what you're talking about. I got a lot of mentions, so pardon me. I might not be able to pull it up right now. Yeah, I can't see it right now, but I think I did come across it earlier. That's crazy. I mean, I couldn't do it right in front of my house. Nah, we gonna get you out of there. You know, somebody's tent might miraculously catch on fire in the middle of the night, but I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying it might be spontaneous combustion that happens to somebody's tent in front of my house at 3 a.m. But anyway, think of the law there who says, we have so much money for war, but not enough to build our infrastructure. Biden is literally one of the worst administrations ever. 1,000%. 1,000%. All right, let's get to the calls. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling. And let's let Skype work. Okay, Skype, still trying to load up. Whenever you're ready, Skype, it's fine. All right, I think we're good now. 434-658-1220. That's talking about eating squirrel. I've never had squirrel either. 860, you're online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Anthony, Brian, Logan. It's F&A Ranger Xbox. How you doing, my brother?
It's all good. About yourself?
Doing wonderful. I'll touch base on a couple of subjects that you've talked about, but I didn't comment on. And I'm getting a terrible echo back.
It should be okay, but let me know if it continues.
All right, test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're good now. Okay, about rap music. Okay, as you know, I'm 63 years old. I actually saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show in Indianapolis, Indiana, in my parents' living room on Diamond Lane before we moved to Hawaii. So, from that, then country in Florida and all that, you know, I grew up, I despised rap music, had no use for it. And it wasn't the color of the musicians. It was the message they were sending out, because my first job was in the headquarters of a 3-star general against the Soviet Union. So when I look at everything, I ask myself 2 questions. What's the end goal? And where's the money going? Where's it coming from? You answer those 2 questions and you'll find the answer to everything they're doing. Our country's being sold out by our government. But getting back to the music, everything ties in together of the destruction of the American system of government. They are going to enslave us to the government like they got in China. In China, if you are a criminal, you're an automatic organ donor. Well, guess what happens to you if you're a direct tissue match for one of their inner circle of their government officials, who they pass their position on to their children, which is exactly what our ruling class wants to do in Washington, D.C. The director of the FBI wants to hand his position down to his children. The director of the CIA wants to, and that's what they're doing right now, ABL, as we speak. I posted all these videos up on Rumble, because YouTube takes them down, of Americans who were translators for our government officials that were in China. But coming to the rap music, the psychological warfare that genre started was calling foul names to black women, you know, treating them like they're, prostitutes and women of ill repute. That's not how you treat your mother's daughters and sisters and your aunts. You treat them with love and respect. That's why I hated rap music. I don't want to hear about a young black man busting caps and cops' butts or another black man's butt. Okay? But that's what they pushed. And that's what helped create the violence that's going on in the black community. It's a psychological operation. Now, did you know that Lionel Richie actually wrote some of Kenny Rogers' greatest hits under a pen name?
No, I didn't.
They were good friends. Well, he did. Some of his biggest hits were written by Lionel Richie. It wasn't the color of the musicians, because I love it. Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Diana Ross, the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson. All those beautiful musicians and entertainers. And then all of a sudden they come out with this garbage music. Hey, let's kill our community. Let's destroy everything. Let's bust caps here and there. Let's deal drugs and death because it's cool. Don't get it in school. You're a fool. You know what I'm saying? It's garbage. So when Ben Shapiro made his little rap video, I thought it was funny. Now, as a 63-year-old man, if you were to go out in my Jeep and press the eject button, what do you think would come out of my CD player?
I don't know.
Topher.
Oh, okay.
He's one of my favorite musicians. Facts or Races, The Patriot, Wonder. What else is on there? I could sing the songs. I threw everything else out. It's the only CD I got in my vehicle. But anyway, ABL, I'm going to leave you with that. This country's screwed up, but it's the uniparty. And if your candidate is not MAGA, they got to go. Because if you don't want to make America great, then you need to move to the country whose flag does not offend you. And I'll send you all my best wishes and good feelings. But you can leave my damn tax dollars here in America to help America. Y'all take care, ABL. God bless. Great show. You're kicking it, brother. You're kicking it.
Thank you for the call, man.
Bye.
Definitely appreciate you. All right, shout out to my man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. Shout out to you guys for being here as well. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Keep on rocking and rolling. Let's go to, all righty, let's do, hold on. You guys are blowing me up. I'm going to try to get to you guys as soon as possible. Y'all hang tight. 918, you're on the line. What's speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? It's JB Scotch from Oklahoma. How you doing, buddy?
Everything's all right, man. How about yourself?
Hey, it's all good, man. I'm feeling good. Great show tonight. And a lot to talk about, as always. Every week, it's so many stories. But, yeah, I wanted to talk about, I'll keep it down to one topic. Kristi Noem, you were just talking about not too long ago. Well, first of all, I love her. I think she's a beautiful woman. I mean, she's like total, like, wife material. But her killing the dog, it's like, okay, I grew up in the country in a small town, and, you know, I had, you know, grandpa who was a farmer and grandparents, and every now and then, yeah, we had to put down an animal, you know, whether they were sick or they were, like, fighting with other animals in the area. I mean, it's something that you have to do every now and then, and, you know, it's better to do it yourself than, like, going to a vet and have them get, like, euthanized, you know. First of all, you save a lot of money, and then, you know, then you can take them out and you can, you know, bury them, and, you know, it's a lot more personal. I mean, but I've had a couple animals that I didn't want to have to put down, but I did. So it happens. But now here's my point, though. The people that are making a fuss about this story, well, first of all, it's stupid. It's just, they're attacking her for no reason, you know, because she's Republican and might be a VP pick. So I want to ask, like, all the people that are making a big deal about this, okay, are you a vegetarian? And if they say no, I mean, oh, so you don't care about killing cows or chickens? And if they say, I'm a vegetarian, I'll say, do you eat fish? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's an animal. But they're like, well, fish are different, though. Like, how are they different? You know, it's so much hypocrisy. It's this, I mean, I don't know. These city folk, they don't get it, you know, like living in the Midwest and the South and country areas, you know, sometimes you just got to do that stuff, you know. It happens. But that was my question, yeah. For all the people criticizing her, it's like, yeah, how many of you actually go out and eat meat, you know, eat hamburgers and hot dogs and pork and all that? And I guarantee you all do. But I'll leave it there. Like I said, I just wanted to keep it short and sweet and just make that point about her. It's a story that's going to die off. I mean, it won't last very long. It was a stupid story in the first place. People were just attacking her.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, man. Let's go, dude. And I'm going to sit back and enjoy the rest of the show.
All righty.
All right. Later, man.
All right. Shout out to man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. All right, Tariq, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? Did you hear about that Ukraine bill passing in the House?
Yeah, sure did.
No, Mike Johnson is a sellout, man. He's a sellout, man. You know, and it's frustrating because the majority of the MAGA base who's voting for Trump don't want any funding on Ukraine, or at least condition it to the border. But Mike Johnson, he's such a coward, man. He sat there and he made backroom deals with the Democrats. And the reason why he separated that Ukraine bill was to sort of say, we just want to give everything a fair vote, something that the Democrats would never do for the Republicans. And like I said, this Ukraine bill funding was the only leverage that Republicans had for the border wall. And this is why Marjorie Taylor Greene was attacking him. This is why Thomas Massey was going after Mike Johnson. This is why the Freedom Caucus, because they're like, what are you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to understand the context of this Ukraine war. The Ukrainians are not going to win this war, man. In fact, they are losing so badly. They're putting their elderly in the front lines. They are taking handicapped people, anyone that they can, put them on the front lines. And you got to understand how evil it is of our Congress to pass a $60 billion Ukraine funding bill for the Ukrainians. Because what this does is this absolutely takes peace off the table. There can be no negotiations when you're constantly funding a war. And then all they're doing is they're just going to get more Ukrainian people killed. It's insane. It's like there's no level-headed person at the conversation at the table. So yeah, man, Mike Johnson, actually, I heard Ro Khanna, who is a progressive Democrat, saying that if Marjorie Taylor Greene puts up to vote to oust him, he's going to get Democrats to come together and protect them. So you have to understand what's going on, man. Like, the Democrats are going to protect Mike Johnson because he does these stupid things. And this is what I'm talking about with the Republicans, man. We know that the liberals are corrupt. We know that the liberals have no civil war. They have no infighting. They are all just whatever the mainstream media, whatever the deep state says, they do. It's only the Republicans, the MAGA, who is kind of slowly breaking away. But we got to get rid of these war hawks, man, because these sellouts, man, as long as the Democrats could just, float a 60 billion, 80 billion bill for like China war or some stupid foreign war, the Republicans will always sell out its base. So, that's what's going on, man. And, the other thing, like I said, man, when it comes to Trump is I truly do believe that he really should just focus on men and just ignore the suburban conservative white woman. Because let me tell you, man, the only difference I see from the suburban conservative white woman and the white liberal woman is the conservative woman is like anti-abortion and the white liberal woman is pro-abortion. But other than that, man, there is no difference, man. And as proof of this, if you heard Liz Cheney, who recently lost her seat in the House, she made a speech talking about, men have been running this world pretty badly, and it's about time a woman steps up and do it. And these are liberal talking. These are liberal talking points, and you can see why Trump is losing the suburban white woman. The suburban white woman don't care about war. The suburban white woman is going to send the white man to continue to fight and die in these stupid wars while she just sits at home doing her yoga, doing her Pilates, man. I'm talking, man, the conservative white man needs to wake up, man. Seriously. Because, and I'm going to end on this, man, most of the people I see going to war in this country is generally the conservative, patriotic white man. But if he doesn't wake up, he's going to get wiped out. He's already getting wiped out during the illegal immigration coming in. His birth rate is low. And now he's getting lied into these wars, and he's thinking he's doing a patriotic duty to his country, but he's just serving the military-industrial complex. And that's all I want to say, man.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Great call. Couldn't say that better myself. Fantastic call. Let's keep on rocking. All right. And shout out to you guys for calling in. 786 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Mr. Anthony Brian Logan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad right now. Yeah, just just a couple of things. Well, the first caller tonight mentioned briefly the pro-Hamas protesters, and that's what they've become. They now become pro-Hamas. The latest chant is, "We are Hamas." And I saw a video out of Chicago where they're being told in Farsi Persian how to yell in Farsi Persian, "Death to America," which shows you that. Why would they say it in Farsi Persian? I think they're trying to get on Iran's good side. So, and plus two, with the state of the southern border, I'm kind of concerned. I mean, I don't think we're going to be sending troops over to the Middle East on the ground to fight, these extremists over there. We could be fighting them here. And between that and the southern border, it's got me concerned.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue.
Yeah, with that. And just briefly, I wanted to talk about, those $950 and below robbers in California.
Yeah.
Talk about money for bread. I don't know if it's a story, but it wouldn't surprise me that a lot of these guys, what they're doing is selling this stuff. I bet you they're using the money ABL to buy drugs. Wouldn't surprise me at all. A lot of them apparently in this talk that there's probably evidence that that's the primary reason they're stealing, not for food, but for drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because that's a really big thing over there. The drugs. It's like, okay, how are you going to be able to maintain the habit? Well, steal items that you won't get prosecuted for and sell them for drugs.
Yep, there you go. And by the way, as far as the IRS goes, I have to tell you this, and this is the main reason why I'm calling is I got to see a World War II cartoon featuring Donald Duck, and it was made in 1942, of course, while we were in World War II. It was talking about, paying taxes. What I found interesting is the numbers they use. I don't know how accurate Disney was, but if they are, this says something. Keep in mind, we were in the middle of World War II funding World War II. Our great military buildup and, fighting on two sides of the world, major powers on two sides of the world. And also, too, at that time, we still had public education. We had U.S. national highways, the U.S. highways. We didn't have the interstates yet. We still had, I do believe we have welfare. We had Social Security and so many of the government programs we have today. And the numbers they use, according to this cartoon, which you may find a little amusing, is Donald Duck had paying his taxes, had a taxable income of $1,700, and the amount he owed the federal government was $13. So you do the math, that's less than 1%. I'm just curious if that's reflective of the tax rates we had then. And I'm like, if we can fund the government with tax rates that low then, why can't we fund them with tax rates that low now?
Good question.
Yeah. I just wanted to leave it that way. And just another speculation with the Biden administration. I think they have a DEI with the mentally ill, DEI quotas with the mentally ill. I mean, what was his name? That guy, Stan or Sammy, who stole that luggage and was with the dresses he stole from airports?
Yeah, I know you're talking about the guy that was working with the administration with nuclear energy, Sam Brinson.
Yeah. I call him Suitcase Sammy. Sam Brinson, yeah. I mean, between him and his Secret Service agent, I think that indicates they have a DEI for mentally ill people.
Yeah, clearly. A kleptomaniac and a schizophrenic.
Yep, I think that says it all. At any rate, no, there's 10 million and one callers behind me, so I'll just let it go and say have a good night to you and everyone watching, listening, and calling in.
Well, thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Great call. Shout out to the caller. Let's keep on rocking here. 215, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, ABL, how's it going?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Hold on. All right, yeah. So basically, I'm going to tell you what happened today, basically. So basically, it's like we get a lot of immigrants up in Philadelphia, too. So basically, I work at Lowe's, and they hang around a little shopping center, basically just trying to get money however they can by helping people with their groceries and constantly getting run out by security, right? And the worst part is, like, these people, they can't understand English at all, speak English. Like, they run business. They have businesses up here in Philadelphia, running businesses, living up here. And it's like they can't understand or look at English at all. I'm just thinking to myself, how? Sometimes I think, are you in the process of still learning English? But I don't say that, so I don't ask them that.
I mean, yeah, like a lot of them, yeah, I'm listening to you. A lot of them, they don't really care about speaking English. As long as they're over there and they could just kind of get around, they'll do that.
Yeah, they'll either use a translator, and a lot of them don't. But the ones around my job, they don't have a phone, or they probably do, and it's just not, they don't even care to use the translator. Their English is not that good. So it's like, what was the one incident? Well, not incident, but I had a guy today. He tried to get I had my cart, right, and I had my straps on the inside, like to tie stuff down. I was walking with it. He was coming up to my cart, mind you, as I'm working there. It's my work cart. He's like, he basically was like, I thought he was trying to reach for my straps. I was like, nope, can't have. I was like, no, these are not yours. These are mine. So he didn't understand English, and basically all he wanted was a cart. So he went to go grab another cart. I was like, wow, that's all he wanted was a cart. I already gave him the cart, but, he didn't speak English, so I couldn't understand him.
Right.
Or I got another one for you. I had a guy who was cutting my hair, and we had to, I know I should have just went to another barber, but I was already there. So I was like, and it was getting late, so most barbers was closing out around 8 o'clock. So I was like, man, I had to keep using a translator just so he can understand me or exactly what I wanted. And basically like what I just said to you earlier, they don't care to understand the language. They'll just try to get around it however they can. But it's kind of a little frustrating, inconvenient that you come to a whole other country to live and work there, not even understand the language at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I couldn't imagine it being me. I'm not against them coming here, but if you're going to live here, at least know the language, because you never know when you might need to understand some vital information.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's really all I wanted to say, ABL. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great calls. Keep on rocking and rolling. Who am I speaking to? 617.
Hey, what's going on, ABL?
What's happening?
I'm gonna be real quick this time, really fast. Okay. Number one thing that you put out a video about people in England. I don't know if it's the Prime Minister. I'm not sure. But then they're sending migrants back to Rwanda. Is that correct, right? You showed a video. You were saying that how come they don't do this in the United States? Is that correct?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said how come they don't do what they're doing in England, in the United States with the migrants?
I'm not sure I said that specifically. I said it might be a good idea.
You say that, like, they're deporting them, and you say how come they don't deport them here? You say you would like to see that here.
That's two different things. So, what did I actually say? Do you know? Matter of fact, don't even worry about it. Don't worry about trying to quote me. Just give your point.
Okay, my point is that you said that, they were going back, a lot of planes going back to Rwanda from the U.S., they're sending them back. They're sending them back in the next 6 weeks, they're going to just send them, all of them back. Even the seek asylum, they're just going to send them back. Well, one of the reasons that they send them back, because they passed new legislation in the parliament, right? So it's the law now. So they have more strict laws when it comes to seeking asylum. In the United States, the Republicans decided they negotiated the law. 90% of the bill belongs to Republicans, Republicans' ideas. This will reduce asylum seekers by probably 97%. Probably a very small amount will qualify for asylum. But Trump told them not to do it, and the bill is still on the floor. So that's why they don't do it. That's why we don't do it.
Okay, so here's a question. Why is there a need for a bill when the problem started under Biden after he passed executive orders? The problem was not under Trump. The problem was under Biden. So what's the point in having the bill? It was fine before Biden came in office.
well, the bill will provide more funding for more border patrol agents. We will provide more funding for judges, so could we speed up the process?
No. You're not hearing me, because there was no need for any kind of bill before Biden came in office. Biden made the problem because of executive orders.
Well,
excuse me. The problem was not here before Biden came in office, so it doesn't make any sense. Why not just go back to what Trump was doing, the things that actually worked, rather than trying to do new things?
Okay. You have a bill, you have a legislation that says that I come from another country. I could be, one of the rules is that I could be a deported entry and seek asylum. That's the law. So you have to admit me. You have to question me. What is my condition? And if I qualify, you have to release me into the public. That's the law that's being for Cubans, being for North Korea. It's been for years.
Okay, so the question is, no. The question is very simple. Why was there no crisis under Trump? Why is there now a crisis under Joe Biden?
That's what I'm going to explain to you, but you don't let me.
Go ahead.
So Trump worked a deal with Mexico. He said, okay, when you come through the border, we're going to interview you, but we're not going to allow you to stay. You're going back to Mexico. That will discourage people from coming, but they were violating the law. The actual law doesn't permit that. You have to allow them to release him into the United States.
Okay.
The word for
now,
the court.
What law? What law says that? Was there a judgment? Was there a ruling?
Well,
Excuse me. When was there a ruling on that? When did that happen?
Since 1980.
No. You said that Trump and the administration was violating the law. So where was the actual ruling that they are violating the law? When did that happen?
When the law started, let me explain to you. When the law started in 1980, because we used to
we don't got all night. 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 Just answer the question.
So then
answer the question, sir. Please answer the question. The question was, when was it ruled that Trump and the administration violated the law? Answer that question. I don't want to hear about 19. I don't want to hear about. Excuse me. I'm not done. I don't want to hear about 1980. I don't want to hear about no. Excuse me. I'm not finished. I'll just get the floor. I don't want to hear about anything other than the question. Excuse me. Just stop talking. If you stop talking, I'll be able to let you talk as soon as I'm done. Okay. So the question was, when was it ruled that Trump's administration was violating the law? Answer the question.
Okay, a judge in California took Trump to court, violation of the law. A judge in Texas, violation of the law. And a judge in, I think was in North Carolina, violation of the law. Trump ignored all these violations. I mean, Trump is Trump. You don't give a right? So hey, look, this is the law says if you are the port of entry, you're supposed to be released into the public. So then Trump didn't do it for a long time, because remember, COVID came and he used Title 42. So Title 42 prevented from people seeking asylum at all. So Trump, when Trump was getting all these court,
okay, so the question was, when was it ruled? So you said that it was ruled in different courts. What was the actual ruling that they came back with?
The ruling that they come back saying that the Trump administration was violating the law because we not allow asylum seekers staying into the country, because in order for them to qualify, they have to be inside the country. They cannot be in Mexico. They have to be in the United States.
So
that's what the rule says.
Excuse me. No.
Because
no. Was it appealed by Trump?
Was appealed many times by Trump, but Trump
and what was the conclusion of the appeals?
The appeal decided to not deliver like that. It's like a the guy in
Texas. So excuse me. So what was the ruling? Wait. So the court said what?
The court said that you are supposed to stop doing what he's doing, and he didn't.
So he appealed it and then lost, but he was still able to do it.
It was continue doing it. It's like the guy in Texas. It's like the Governor Greg Abbott. It's like Obama with DACA. Obama violated the the law by using DACA. DACA is unconstitutional. The only member of the body of the United States can do that is the Congress passing new law. It's not the president. The president cannot pass a executive order and saying that a bunch of people are going to stay in the United States because he decided to come with a new ruling. But the different judges at the federal level dismantled DACA in some state, and some state kept DACA. So it's the same thing. Anyway, I want to move on from that.
Well, we don't have our. Excuse me. We don't have. You're pretty much.
Why they don't pass the new law?
We don't got all night. So have a nice night. Thank you for the call. All right, it's 8 minutes. We don't got all night. Have a nice night. All right. 726. You're on line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi. What a pleasure of getting you on the phone. I just tuned in a couple of minutes ago. And about all these immigrants coming in and they don't know English. I've lived here in San Antonio, Texas all my life. And I had a stepmother from El Paso, and she refused to speak English. They don't want to learn or communicate in English. They're wanting you to bend over backwards and you learn the language and you communicate to them in their language. Even though she was from El Paso, I heard her talk a couple of times in English to her grandchildren, but she was rude, obnoxious, and she had a chip on her shoulder about being Mexican, but even though she was from Texas, she was a disgrace. And when I used to work at a butcher at a grocery store, I had a lady confront me in Spanish, and I told her, "Can you please tell me what you want in English?" And the next day, my supervisor had a talk with me that I was rude to a customer because I asked her to speak English to me. I said, "Well, we're in America. You know, they want to communicate. I'll give them whatever the hell they want. But, you know, communication goes both ways. I even told my wife, if you were in France, I'm sure you would be speaking French right now instead of trying to learn Spanish here in Texas, because she's from Washington. And she was in the military. She was in the Army. And she says, well, you know, it's difficult. It's only difficult if you don't have the time. And if you want the respect, you learn the language. So most of these people here, they want you to bend over backwards and you learn the language. They don't need to learn anything. They are our guests.
Yeah, I see.
And, you know, it's rude. You know, like if I ever want to go to Cancun or Cozumel or even Monterey, I go ahead and speak the best Spanish I can. I'm not fluent, but I get my message across of what I need, what I want. But these people, they think we owe them our house, our car, our possessions, and you know they have no gratitude whatsoever. You know, like I keep telling my family, Joe Biden is the Antichrist. He's promising prosperity, just like the devil. Come on over, free ride, free clothes before you cross the border, free haircut, free Nike tennis shoes, all the money that you ever thought of, housing, medical, dental, life insurance, whatever, even a Social Security card. You don't even have to take a test. You know, we're going to give you citizenship and go to college. My children and grandchildren are, they don't have the benefit of going to college. It's too expensive. And I got myself through college through the Air Force. But people, just like they never should have been pardoned on their debts. We're paying for the debts, and they're going to be paying for their own debts in the future too. But our money shouldn't be going to people who aren't willing to participate, that they're in a different country. They never even should have crossed the border. You know, I have respect when it's given to me, but I don't. When people demand something, well, what are you going to give me for your demands? You know, you've already have been given. He's already opened up the gates of hell. You know, and now they want to take our properties and everything we own. And one of these days, there's going to be a drone attack full of fentanyl because all these terrorists are in town. You know, Joe Biden's Gestapo is already out and about. We should be worried about what's coming in the future because these people are not going to, you know, just like the people say, oh, I know Spanish, tacos, enchiladas, salsa. You know,
Right.
They need to learn our language, not just hamburgers and fries and money.
Right on.
My
right.
wife.
I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off, but I got to get to a couple more calls for the end of the show. So thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, I was just going to say that children are being confronted in Costco as
I got you.
panhandling.
But thank you for the call, man. I appreciate
Take
you.
care. Thank you very much. You take care. God bless you.
All right. Shout out to the caller. All right, let's go to 773. You're on the line. What's speaker to?
ABL, it's your retired Chicago police officer friend. Thanks for taking my call. You know, I'm getting a little bit tired about the border crisis. Here's the thing. Biden is the president. He didn't ask permission to do a lot of the things he's already done with the disastrous results. But now he wants to make it seem like, you know, it's Trump's fault for influencing the Republicans for not passing a bill that has included in it money to the Ukraine about the border, which now I guess is passed. But, you know, you can't blame Trump for that. It's ridiculous. It's just nonsense. This whole crisis was created by Biden's policy. Simple as that. It's all on his shoulders. He's the president. Don't try to turn it around and now say it's Trump's fault. How ridiculous is that, you know? Then I wanted to ask you something, ABL. With this artificial intelligence, this AI, you know, besides some of the scary things that AI, you know, becomes self-aware and, you know, the whole doomsday kind of thing where suddenly AI eliminates us, you know, the whole AI thing that that you're talking about with like this, you know, faking the guy's conversation, this whole recording of his voice. I'm wondering, is there some kind of a trace element that lets you know that this has been messed with AI? Because if there's not something, some telltale sign, some trail, some kind of trail that leads to letting you know it's AI, that's dangerous because, you know, they can filter your voice. They can filter anybody's voice and say, look what ABL said. And then you could say, I never said that. Show me where I said that. Well, there's the tape. I'm wondering if there's a way, besides you saying you didn't say it, if there's a way to know that AI, that a certain recording has been touched by AI, that AI produced it. Is there a way to tell that, ABL?
I don't know. That's a really good question, but there definitely needs to be some kind of tell because, I mean, with the way that it is right now and its infancy, as we progress, it's only going to get a lot more difficult to tell between someone's real voice and AI.
Yeah, some kind of signature thing. Because I noticed also, ABL, and I don't know if I don't have TikTok, but I do look at the YouTube shorts. And, you know, as you look at YouTube shorts, a bunch of different ones come up. I'm not talking about going to your YouTube channel and looking at all your shorts or somebody else's. But when you look at random YouTube shorts, which a lot of them, I guess, are like TikTok. Well, like I said, I don't have TikTok, so I don't know. But I have seen a few little advertisement things where it's celebrities but they're saying some very curious things, and their mouth movements don't exactly match up exactly. So I'm wondering, are these AI ads or whatever used with these different celebrities? As you know, they take some people, they put the celebrity's face on a similar body, and you have to have some similar mannerisms. But there's that one guy that impersonates Tom Cruise all the time, and really very convincingly, because he has a similar body type and everything else, they're able to impose Tom Cruise's face onto this guy's thing. And this guy is at the beach and doing all kinds of things. So, they need to have some kind of signature, some kind of, like a watermark or something that tells you this is AI. Otherwise, who could believe anything as time goes on? Which nobody believes anything anyway, but at least, you can kind of believe certain things, news things that come up. But, otherwise, anybody could say anything. They could produce anything. They could, put it out on the internet unsigned. Who are you going to sue for libel? That somebody just had you saying all kinds of racist, all kinds of crazy things. That's another danger of AI, I see. One last thing, ABL, because somebody was saying it in chat about the IRS and everything else. Another dangerous thing is going totally digital. They would like to have a paperless, moneyless society where you just are digital. You have some kind of, credit card or whatever you have, because they want to be able to get at all the tax they possibly can. They have taxed you so much that they see that you're at a breaking point. They only can tax you so much. And what they want to do is, if they have a paperless society where everything is counted, then there is, because the black market is estimated at trillions of dollars in the black market, cash for cash, where nobody pays taxes on it. And they want to get their hands on that money. So, once they do that and they take away money and for credits, now you can't do hair. There's women, they do hair on the side. You can't fix cars from your garage on the side. You can't maybe have a little small business that bakes cakes, pies, and cookies, and they pocket that money. The rich that are in control, they want all that tax money. Really, it's the government, but they want as much tax money as they can get. And that's one way of getting their hands on it. So everything you do will be taxed, where it's not today. You can still do things on the slide for cash, for this or that, and they want to get their hands on that, and they probably will. Anyway, thanks for taking my call, ABL, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. That is a great call and a great way to end the show. Shout out to you guys. I will be back on Wednesday, same bat time, same bat place for the next live stream. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But shout out to you guys for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you enjoyed the show tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Shout out to the mods for keeping the trolls in chat. Thank you to you guys who are watching, retweeting, super chat, and I could not do the show without you. I think I got all the super chats here. I got a couple more. I'll read those right quick. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow clean on top. And of course, you guys know this is an audio streaming podcast as well, available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether they be Google Play, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. Thank you to Search King for the message saying, "What up, y'all? What's going on?" And thank you to F Ranger Xbox, who says Democrats destroy institutions by joining them. Very, very well said. All right, that'll be a wrap for me. Shout out to you guys. I'm going to be back live on Wednesday, but I'm here pretty much every day putting out pre-recorded content. And you guys, please also, if you're not subscribed to the Uncle ABL channel, do so. The link for that will be in the description. And let me go ahead and spam it right quick on the way out. And of course, give this video a thumbs up on your way out. But until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.